It looks pretty murky down
we'll
here.
line up.
From what I'm looking at on
got a
D2.
sonar ping that way anyways.
You can see, I'm sorry, on the Sirius camera, you can see D2 is pretty murky.
Coming
17
over.
meters.
See if that pulls your head even further. This might just be a losing battle for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just getting farther off.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. We just have this big catenary, and I guess me pulling it's pulling the catenary through the current and just pulling your heading, and you can't beat it. So I'm just going to hang out here in the port of your view, and we're going to come down like this.
Copy.
If you don't mind communicating with Winch, let him know we've got 60 meters, see if he wants that or not.
Winch, co-pilot. We have another 60 meters to go to bottom, and we're ready to start paying out. Are you ready? All right, copy that. All right, Winch is ready.
Okay,
pilot.
We're ready. Let's do it.
All right, paying out at 15 meters per minute.
Yeah, let's do 1.5, please. Coming down as well. Oh, you're getting a little ahead of me. Push hard. Keep up.
Okay, that is Sirius at 1.5 meters per minute.
Okay. You don't lock it in.
Okay, I was just
do manual.
I was just pressing against it.
Okay.
To help me keep it 1.5 better.
All right, good. Yeah, just as we acquire bottom here. Okay, I've got it in the blue view, 20 meters out. Got it in the main sonar, 25 meters.
20
altitude,
meter depth.
20.
Or 20 meter delta, sorry.
Visual on bottom. Gonna tilt down. I got my rotator. And visual.
I see bottom in
looks
sight.
like a pretty mundane bottom. Shouldn't be too bad. Continuing down. Watch that tether. Make sure it's not coming up over your head. If you need to slow down, go ahead.
Okay.
Just so that you can see that tether. See that tether? Gonna keep going
like
down. Make sure I
silty
pull it into
sand on
view.
rock.
It's really streaming off that way. It shouldn't be an issue.
We're gonna settle in, get closer.
Okay.
Let the ROV settle down.
Yeah, I can see it with the
pilots
Titan.
to get comfortable.
Okay. And it's going
and
like
then we will,
off to
start
port.
zooming and
okay, but it's way up
get
there.
a good idea of what lives here. I think there's
yeah,
some
it looks like it's.
Gorgonians
Let me pull that loop down and make sure you got good eyes on it.
Some
Copy.
long stick corals
Sirius
or
backing
whip
off.
corals, I think. A couple of fan
okay.
Gorgonians.
All right, paying out again.
Yeah, so I'm 5 meters off bottom here.
It's pretty verbose, much more verbose than I was expecting. That's a good sign for biota.
Yeah, sure. Can I help?
Just bring
I think there might be
D2
some
into 50
white
on both,
sponges here at 3 o'clock.
On both the blue multi-beam and
Maybe,
the regular.
see the
Actually, you
tube
could do 20
sponges
on the
here?
multi-beam.
Yes.
And then do 50 on
That's
the
pretty cool.
Little
scanning.
Euclid
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Maybe a bamboo coral at 9.
And if we can try switching around
That's neat.
try the
Looking good.
lower frequency on Sirius, see if that does anything for us.
Okay, tether's definitely clear on Sirius.
Okay.
So there should be a slight slope here in the
You
50
can take the rest of your camera angle just to
degree-ish,
keep me in view.
maybe
I know
more.
Copy.
It
You were
looks
holding
much
up on that
steeper
for
than
me.
that when we're
Here.
staring directly at it. But the overall
Perfect.
slope
Right,
should
I'm
be
at
pretty
40 now.
close to about
Great.
50
Okay,
degrees
there's
right
the
in this
tether. Good.
local area.
Eyes
But
on
once
it.
we start moving, it'll get steeper.
Bottom current is definitely a little bit
Yeah, it looks
calmer.
like that
That's
silt's probably
good.
coming
It's
down
helpful
from the
for us.
upper platform, from the plateau above, right? Or just kind of.
Okay, check
from the
C-bias
plateau
for a
and
minute.
then also from the water column.
Would you let Winch know we're on bottom? We're done
So
here.
we're on a little
Winch, co-pilot.
promontory.
We're on bottom.
3,647 meters.
I'll note as we're getting settled here, you know, this is pretty deep, as you said.
Copy that. And Winch, we're free to pay in and pay out.
Depth stratification
Pay out
to,
and haul in
the
as
coral
necessary,
species,
correct?
And
Copy.
likely sponges and other deep sea communities. And so the things that we see down here tend to be different species from what we see in our shallower dives. And they're, for the bamboo corals, I only know of 2, maybe 3 species that are known from this depth. So I do think
Give
it'll
it a
be
little more.
interesting
I
as
think
we're
18's
looking
not
at them
quite
to
enough.
see that they are different from what we've been seeing on the previous dives.
We can go down a little bit more,
Thanks,
I think.
Scott.
Great.
Copy.
I'm
Does
about
anyone know what
4
time
meters
we
off
took
still, so I'm
our
gonna push-
500 meter sample of water?
Keep coming
I
down.
do
Paying
have
out.
that information.
You?
It was 9:16 EST or
Yeah,
13:16.
GMT,
Yeah,
there you go.
so I think we're just creating noise and not getting much more out of Sirius. So you can switch that back to the... switch those back, Lars, when you get a chance.
I should probably revise my.
Sorry, say that again.
You can switch the
There have
sonars
only
back,
been,
Okay.
low and high.
Yep.
It's just,
described
it's worse
from
on
this
D2 and
depth
we're
of
still not
meter
getting anything out of
that we don't
Sirius,
know
so
about yet.
Sure.
thank you.
That specifically.
That's great, perfect. Thanks a lot.
Roland, my C-tube.
And I think we can
Records
just
in
secure
GMT, which is
Sirius
why.
for now. I think we're not getting,
Since you asked.
turn it off. I think we're not getting anything out of it. It's probably just
So
more
if
harm
anyone
than good to
listening,
leave it on.
C-tube is the data management system we
Serial
use to
seeking
log
secured.
critters
Perfect.
Yeah,
and
annotation.
habitats.
Okay,
Yeah,
I've got another
annotation
few
data.
meters before I acquire. My toes are close though, so that's about
One
bottom.
of the nice things about this tool is that
Bridge, this is ROV nav.
Okay.
it can be
Check
used
my
to
Z-bias.
I'd
annotate
like to
live,
notify
but
you
then
that we
also,
are on bottom,
after the
and if
fact,
you have a chance, we
incorporates,
could discuss a brief
25
bailout
yesterday.
plan.
a recording of the video
Excellent.
from this
Bailout will be set
expedition, and
due east
people can continue to annotate
090,
it
please.
as we learn more, or as different specialists get
And
to
if I
spend
could
time with
verify
the
that the
video.
center rotation is changed
Right,
to
so
the A-frame at
it's
this time.
like a super collaborative.
copy. Thank you
and
very
it's,
much.
Data managed. So, like, a lot of marine biologists use worms or the World Register of Marine
video.
Good copy,
Species, so they
Bridge.
can
Center
actually look
rotation
up
is
the
A-frame. Thank you.
species
Got a lot
in
closer
the worms
now.
database directly. So it
So
standardizes
we're-
it so that all the naming conventions
Little
are right. And
mice
then
eats at least
when
a little
worms
worm.
updates its
How it
taxonomic
looks on your
information,
end.
which I'm pretty sure they delight in torturing me with, it automatically updates the
See, I
data
have auto
inside
heading
C-tube.
engaged,
So it's actually
otherwise
really,
all autos
it's
out.
a great
That
tool
looks
to
great.
have.
Thank you, video.
And I love it. It was invented by Moshkor. I don't know Moshkor's last name.
Like to
I'm
look
not
at a
sure.
white
Yeah.
object to
So I
try
think
to be
he'd
one
use
of the
this
first
for
ones
his
just to
PhD project.
see how it
actually.
is, because everything
As an editor for the World
pretty greenish and blue down there.
Registry of Marine Species,
It's your fault.
Yeah, check
I can
your- check
confirm
our
that
light
we are not
levels,
trying
make
to
sure it all
torment
looks
you when we update the taxonomy as
All up
papers
at
are
like 80.
published.
It kills me.
Yep, the
Okay.
oxes are around 30 or so.
Okay, great.
Suction and I-beams off.
There's
Yeah.
some cool. This is Euplectella. These
Give
white
5% more on
tubes.
the mains, uppers and
Some
lowers.
with branches over here at 9, but most of these are the
Uppers.
single tubes.
Don't think you
Lowers,
tell
5%
branches, so
increased.
Awesome.
Definitely
Both rail
hexactinellates at
cams, all the
least.
yeah,
Cameras
they
look
really
good.
look like
Oh,
hexactinellates.
take a
They,
picture now that we're on bottom.
you know,
Thank you.
Comp levels.
not to get ahead of ourselves.
I know, but I
They
gotta look at it.
No, I
Nice
mean,
little.
they look like great things to have in the bucket.
I think down at the bottom at 6, there's a fly trap anemone.
Still rising.
It's
Give it a little more. He just needs you to be off stick. You can tell him to go ahead.
I think now's a good time.
Yep.
Deck, co-pilot, I am off winch.
Looks like some pink stuff. Probably brittle stars?
or is that a star? Dead center?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's a star or brittle star. I'm going to go with Phylomechina dermata.
I'll trust you on this one. It's Malik Mashcore, by the way.
Thank you.
Or Mashcore Malik.
Oh, 30. I was way off.
Yeah, one of the other things we didn't mention about this annotation software, C-Tube, is that it also has all of the environmental data that's collected. So when you make a
Yeah, I think
taxonomic annotation on the
don't know the
video, it's
science.
right
Is
there
deeper water
associated
making
with
more buoyant?
oxygen
Is the water around
content,
you- around
salinity,
you
temperature,
denser?
etc. So
it
that's
does,
really
right?
nice.
So that works.
As well as the timestamp.
It's not software, so
What's that? An
30 was a
anemone?
little over.
Yeah, this guy right here? Yeah, I think that's a
Smidge.
I fly trap anemone, yeah.
Or math a day?
Yeah. No, you're going to
they're
get yelled
doing
at
the
for that.
buckets, so there's
Oh,
Because there's like
not a
15
lot we
different
can do just
like
yet.
classes of flytrap anemones.
And they ask you
and you
to
can't tell them apart
test
unless you
it,
pull them
do
up.
like
Because I always want to
2
call them that
meters
too.
out and
Oh,
1
that's
meter
good.
back,
But
or
they
like
yell at me.
a
They
few
get yelled
meters
at
out
for
and a
that.
little bit
So
back or something.
give you a heads up on
Okay.
that.
I don't know if it's yelled
This
at.
out here.
Corrected.
I don't know. Are you still?
I get
Might
corrected.
just still be
Yeah.
drifting.
No one actually yells at me.
That's the
Is that true? Is our
the
layback
nature of
still
community
decreasing?
science.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. So I think I need to follow Sirius over that way.
Sorry, say that again.
I think I need to follow Sirius over there.
Now these look flat. They're not tubular at all.
Well, okay, so
Some of
my
these
heading
white
is
ones.
now on the 225, where I was on 240 before.
So your heading was
So-
farther starboard, and now it's more port, and
Yeah.
I'm way over there, so it's
Yeah.
even worse. I made it worse. So you've traveled even further than I realized. Got it. Okay, I'm coming over there with you.
These are really common. These white. They almost look like staghorn coral or something. Like they're definitely a sponge, but there's
This all
really
looks,
flat
Mm-hmm.
and then
it's
forked.
not like a sheer
Low
cliff
bait
just yet, so
with low
when
bait
we
branching.
do get stabilized, we
Yeah.
can do the deploy the swing arms.
I have no idea what they are
Copy.
other than glass sponges.
I
They're
think they,
very characteristic of this site.
yeah, they're really common. They'd probably be worth collecting. Yeah, you think?
Yeah, if there's an easy collect opportunity, I
Yeah.
think it would be nice.
Okay, watch leads. This is Pilot. We've acquired bottom. We're still experiencing a little bit. We had a little layback in our cable, and the currents were shifting enough. Sirius is still moving a little bit from us acquiring bottom. So I'm having to sidle towards my starboard to follow that. So we're going to make sure that settles out before we start
Yeah.
officially calling it on bottom, but things in view are, I could zoom for a minute or two, but we won't stop for a collection just yet.
Yeah, that's fine. If you can get a good shot of some of these flat, low bait, tall sponges,
Absolutely.
and even that white cream colored one too at
Okay.
like
Sounds good.
6 o'clock ish.
Yep.
But go for that white one in front of it. Just snap zoom, right there.
The flat.
Yeah, flat one.
Yep.
The flat lobe.
Okay.
We don't know what those are.
Great.
Looks like you've got dead ones too. See these brown? They're browned out.
All right,
The
video.
same
come in
shape.
a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. Good eyes. When they're dead, then the sediment accumulates on them. This is a good choice.
Oh, neat. Some kind of crab or something on there? I don't know what that is.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I do not know what arthropod that is.
No, either do I.
That's an isopod.
Is that
Isopod.
an isopod?
Okay.
Wow.
He's very funky.
He's really cool looking.
Very roachish.
So he's squished rather than squashed. Isopod.
There's some in either inside or on the back side of this. I can't tell if this is a tube or a flat, like a flat blade.
I'm rising up a little and tilting down to see.
I think it's
I think I was seeing some of them from the sides and they were flat,
on the
but
other side.
Mhm.
come up a little bit and look down on it and see if we can confirm that.
Can't seem to remember many names these days.
I can confirm that
Ooh,
Ooh.
that was interesting.
that was interesting behavior.
It was
He's very weird.
doing something
That
strange.
is
Here's
really
some
neat.
cool gray one over here at
Still
4.
rising. Sirius is still swinging. All right, I gotta go. Keep up with Sirius. Sorry. I know
Oh,
that's
no, don't
interesting,
apologize. Don't apologize. You do
Shake
whatever you need
first.
to do.
I can confirm that the there
And
are no
My heading's
glass
swinging
sponges
like
of
5,
this
10
form
degrees
in
to
the
starboard
Smithsonian,
as well
which
Oh,
has
neat.
from where it was
pretty
when
much
you
the best
started
glass
that move.
sponge
All right.
collection.
We
in the
moved
world.
7 meters
Yeah,
from
we're gonna
the
if
last
we can
time.
get someplace safe,
Just
we'll
wanna
grab
make
one of
sure I'm
those.
keeping up with it.
This one's really cool at
Go ahead, Bridge.
8,
Mhm.
7, 8 o'clock. It's got lots of
Especially
lobes.
since we don't have a sonar
I
for
wonder
you.
how common that isopod is going to be.
It's gonna make this challenging.
It looks like bamboo corals.
Did you
here
call me, Deck?
At 9. Possibly a single
Copy
stalk
that,
one
and
at 6.
just to confirm, the center rotations are on the A-frame, right? All right, that should be fine then. Come in to
It's very
starboard 20
rocky,
degrees to a
robust.
One
There's
270.
lots of
Deck.
rugosity.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Not a
Okay,
lot
here
of
is a
fish. So
payout.
in the mesophotic area, we have lots
Few
of docks like
meters,
this. We
but
usually
I wouldn't do more than a
swarmed
little
with
bit now.
fish. So
Copy.
Pilot,
just
just so you know, they're doing a
way
head
too
Okay.
deep
change.
for
Okay.
that.
Copy. That's
There's a cool fan
and
sponge
hauling in
dead
a
center.
few meters.
Yeah, so we're crabbing to the right because of the currents. So the ROV pilots are trying to settle it. But that Cirrus might just take us that way.
Right.
Here's a cool fan, like stalked fan or cup at
Yeah.
7.
Thank you, Deck.
Okay.
And now we're looking out over
There
the
are
side
some
view.
Understood.
Okay, looking out this way.
The void.
I don't see anything on blue view for a while.
Okay, I'm going to haul in a little bit, Pilot.
Thank you.
Awesome. So this, whatever this thin fan
Got a little ahead of you, which is
hexactinella
good.
sponges is the most common
And
species
See how
down
much
here.
more of that layback
Gotcha.
settles in.
Yes,
I'm
definitely.
going to
everywhere.
tilt down to 4.5.
More
Thank you.
anemone there.
Another, yep.
That's 4.5.
I'm just going to hang out here for a
I
second.
think Sirius took a
At
little
9 o'clock,
holiday,
it looks
but
like a
understood.
should be
ophiuroid.
back.
Okay.
There's more in the front. There's one
Yeah.
at 6. There's one at
Straight over
3.
the edge of the rock.
See how that
We also
does
have this
in a
same
little
white
while.
ball sponge with the large oscule that we saw a few minutes ago at 4. That's probably hexactinellid.
I'm thinking,
Think
yeah,
so?
a large sort of barrel shaped.
Oh, she was just underneath D2.
Say again, Nav?
It was just underneath D2. That was my mistake.
What was underneath D2?
Sirius.
Sirius took a holiday. He thought it
Ah.
went off the screen. It was
Yep.
just hiding.
Now it's on a holiday, 2,000 meters away.
Copy.
Co-pilot copies, Deck off comms.
Glad he. Happy to know twice. It's going to lunch.
And we've got, the
He's excited.
ophiuroids.
He's excited about lunch.
So the hot pink 5-armed
Yeah, to
brittle
find
star.
something to be excited about.
Yes.
Lunch is a great thing to be excited
Okay,
about,
we can
too.
take a snap on this for now. Just Sirius is still settling in, but I'm trying to get a couple snaps of what I hear you guys talking about in the meantime.
There we go, moving in a little bit.
Do we want to lift
So
up
here's
the
that white sponge we
blue
were
view
looking
for
at.
the
Very
mini
nice.
Zeus to look out
Almost
ahead of
certainly
us? Or
that's
keep it
definitely
looking
glass
straight down?
sponge.
Yeah.
I was hoping this would be more useful.
Yeah.
And then we have some more
It's a
hexactinella
little
like
bit.
sponges in
Yeah.
front of
Is
us.
the
maybe
right up
possibly
or
dead
right down?
ones.
Yeah, or
I don't know.
little dead stalks with other
Maybe
smaller
you can see
sponges
it
growing
with
off the side of them.
Titan or something.
There's also a really
to
cool
get an
cup
indication.
sponge right off screen.
No, probably
Copy.
not. Or the mini Zeus. You could tell from the mini Zeus, maybe.
Right here.
All right. Clear to rotate Mini Zeus. I'm going to see if we can see anything better.
Yeah, I see
There
the
you go.
left
see
is
see
up.
that?
Left is
Like
up.
it looks like a.
Oh, I've
Like a bowl.
seen that before.
Okay,
Looks
yeah,
like a
so it's
sponge
seeing
that
the
Henry
bottom
Weisswig
a little
Yeah,
bit
you
right
might
there.
just wanna center
from the
it,
West
though.
Coast.
Or is it?
Okay, so it seems like you've been hanging tight right there for a while, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, there's
I would
another
say so.
white or
settled in?
cream-colored ball.
Yep.
That might be related
Okay.
to this one over here.
Your
Like
heading
4.
went a little port.
It's a lot like
You're full wide.
Thank you.
more robust, right,
Mhm.
than those white fan low bait ones. I've
Yeah,
got
more
some
dense, right?
pink
I can
coral at
rotate
6
up
o'clock,
real
a
quick.
gorgonium of some
Sometimes
type,
I'm
maybe
able
a
to
black
see
coral.
something with the CPHD.
I'm just going to pick up and do a scan with the blue view. You've got it up still?
Look
or
at these
no?
slabs of rock.
Yeah, got it up.
They're crazy. So like 2 or
Okay,
3
I'll
meters,
follow you.
maybe even 4 or
Up.
5 meters wide.
Hauling in.
Well, actually, this is
Those
Nav.
slabs. And the round, it looked like they've eroded on the edges.
Okay. He's like you're pretty stable now.
Watch lead, Nav.
Give us a
Here's
little
another
heading
one of
turn
those
to starboard and
bowl
line
cups
us
on a
up.
stalk.
I think we can just, this is sort of uphill now.
Just wondering when you would like us to take Niskin samples, if you want one at the bottom or
Rotating to starboard.
as soon as we can. All right, copy that. All right, pilots, do you copy that?
Yes.
Co-pilot copies.
We're going to do
Yeah,
our
just
on-bottom water
Just
sample.
whenever you're in a safe spot, we can go ahead and grab another Niskin.
All right.
Zoom in on Sirius when we try that as well.
Yeah, that sounds like a
Go ahead, Rich.
good idea.
Yeah, we can bring that ox light down
Okay.
for that as well.
Good
just to help
copy.
see it.
Heading change complete. 270.
Just
Thanks.
just turn it off for the time being and then let them do it. And then
Okay. Aux light off. Gonna rotate down.
Yeah, go ahead, take a snap. Once he's ready on the Niskin. All your hydraulics are secured, just so you know.
Copy.
That's good enough, I think, video for now.
So we're coming up on our second water sample collection.
There might be a Chrysogorgia type Gorgonian here at 9 o'clock.
All
Looks like
right.
a fan or a feather.
Rotate a little
almost.
bit,
Let me get closer to it. It's more
and
bushy.
I am
But
resetting
that might be a Chrysogorgia.
on the
Dark in
Niskin.
color.
There's another thing I don't recognize here at
Firing
6.
Niskin in 3, 2, 1.
All right, that was water sample 2.
Success.
Oh,
Awesome. It
Fantastic.
seems like that Niskin bottle 2 is a little fussy. Doesn't always fire when it's supposed to. So.
Okay,
All right.
great.
Canister 2, sample 2.
Okay, I think we've got the lay of the land. I think we're settled in. So if there's anything you guys want to do here, I think I've got a little time.
If you feel comfortable collecting one of these white low bait fans, that would make me super happy.
Okay, yeah, so one of the sort of flat sponges.
Yeah, there's actually one right at noon that's quite large.
Video Copilot, is that
I don't know.
full
You
wide?
judge. You make the right. You know,
Thank
you
you.
pick one, but
See these ones coming center screen now? They're kind of hanging off the edge.
that'll work too.
Yep.
That's a nice angle for grabbing.
Yeah, go for it.
Sweet.
All
What's
right.
this line? Is that a line or is that?
I think it might be a whip coral.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
that's
had the same
cool.
thought.
Great. Auto heading in. Good.
This looks like a dead Rosilidae,
Coming
right,
up
with
a
that rounded
smidge.
top.
I would
Here
not
at
be
3 o'clock.
surprised.
I think I have a little
Rosalidae.
barren perch here that I can set on, hopefully.
Yeah, and if you have to bail on the sample, just no big deal.
No, we're looking okay right now.
Okay.
But yes, we will let you know if we need to bail. At a minimum, I'll be able to grab it and then drive wherever we need to drive to be safe and then stow it.
Hauling in a little bit.
Okay. Do you feel like you're still
Heavy
drifting?
thing looking to the
No,
right
I
in
think
that
I'm
hole.
stable.
Okay.
I
So
just wanted
this
to get a little bit more
sponge that
delta
we're
while we're
correcting,
sampling.
it's
Yeah.
would be novel for the collections at the Smithsonian, which have a rich glass sponge collection, and then also they're very characteristic of this site. So we
Yeah,
have
they're super
multiple
common.
reasons to
Yeah.
to collect this.
Lasers on. Take a little zoom video.
This would be a grab or a suction you're going for.
A grab.
Copy.
There's no reason to consider this as a...
This affects my
So they're about
Quad
10
view.
centimeters
No, I mean,
long.
there's no reason to do this as a suction, right, Science? Video is just...
Whatever you're comfortable with doing.
Yeah,
you can
whatever.
do.
All right, we're just going to grab it then.
We're not
I
gonna
didn't know
fuss.
I missed
Yeah.
if I didn't hear you request that or something. Maybe I was asking.
And Pilot, you have all sample jars or boxes free.
My toe doesn't let me come around, so that's kind of as good as it gets for a zoom. Sorry.
That's all right.
So I would describe this as about a 10 centimeter flat low bait.
Okay.
Like cluster of lobes, really.
Yeah, it's like a branching fan.
All right, do this real quick.
HPU spun up.
Great. Sure you're not drifting still? It still
And
looks
the
the same
best
to
we
you?
can do is hexactinate.
Yeah, I dropped a point when we thought we had stopped, and he's staying right on it.
Okay.
He's jumping around a little bit, but
Okay.
pretty much staying directly
Really
on it.
All right,
abundant.
sounds good. Thank you. Hydraulics spun up.
Yep.
838
It's the
looks
most
good.
common
Arm is
species.
live.
I can
Now?
see.
And yeah, we'll do this reach real quick. Let's see.
Nolan Barrett in the chat room says that this looks like a Tretapleura.
Tretoplora.
Yeah.
Want to position HD2?
Sure.
Yeah,
we had it out
Palisades
scanning,
should be
but
very soft,
bring it
very
down.
fine, easily broken.
Do you want it on?
yeah, you can take a little zoom on that video.
Do you want it on the big one?
No, I really want you to be watching that, so
Copy.
I'll just use the small monitors for this. That's fine. Thank you. That's good on the main. Thanks. Perfect. Are those sort of, is there one lower than the other? Is that what I'm looking at? I'm in trouble. I think I can sneak my fingers between them, right? Just get this one up high. Or am I gonna just bump the...
Yeah, I do think I'm moving to starboard.
You are? Okay.
A little bit.
All right. We're gonna, I think Cirrus is still drifting a little, so we know the sample request, and we will jump to a next spot. Hopefully there's more.
Okay, I'm gonna rotate to keep
Not
you
a
in
problem.
view.
Thanks very much for the attempt.
Yeah.
All cameras full
Appreciate the difficult conditions you're working under.
No problem. Yeah, we've accumulated a few hundred meters of layback, and Cirrus seems to be trying to reacquire those meters. So, try to lock out, lifting off. Thanks for full wide. Can you put the mini Zeus back up a little ways for me for reaching out with the blue view? Thank you. Good. Down a smidge there. Perfect. Thanks. I'm just gonna look out. Make sure there's nothing. Sorry about that. Watch leads.
That's not a problem. I sense new opportunities on the horizon.
Yes. There's plenty of these sponges. No shortage, it seems.
It's so much of them.
Whatever's going on here, these guys are really liking it.
Yeah.
Okay, looking out with the blue view. It looks pretty clear for a while. If you want to zoom that to 100 for me, just so I can see if there's any things sticking out in the distance.
I'm rotating to the right.
Thanks.
Line back up with you.
Great. Yeah, that looks pretty clear for as far as I can see.
Okay, you're at 100. You want me to leave it there for now?
Just for a hot second. Yeah, we're good there. Okay, thanks. Can bring it back in.
Bring it back in to 20.
I'll require bottom. Just taking a scan with our sonars to make sure nothing's coming. As Cirrus drifts here. At this point, it's drifting into what we expect to be deeper water, so that's good.
It's really quite the landscape.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot less steep than I was expecting. We were aiming for a more flat area when we landed.
Wow, look at the size of that large one there. About 10 centimeters across based on those lasers. Maybe 30 centimeters high.
Alright, so I'm way out there now. So yeah, you've definitely gotten into shallower water. Do a little backup and get a little deeper. Line up with you.
Copy.
Let's another one of those brittle stars perched on top of the sponge.
Okay, so I'm ahead of you.
I'm at 5.2 on the rotator.
Okay, thank you.
They all seem to be growing roughly the same way.
I know.
They
Right
kinda
after we
line up.
moved, I'd not really
fan
seen
facing.
that.
Right, probably the
Yeah,
incoming
well, we'll
Out of the
well.
starboard.
I'll
anymore.
sit
Current
down and
off the
see
sh-
what
off the
happens here
shell.
for a
Yeah,
second
facing
longer.
the deep,
Okay.
right?
And yeah, it's sort of pulling us away as well, right?
There's
Is
a
that
really
true?
nice one at 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sirius
Sorry,
is going to
nine.
starboard.
At 9, yeah, look at
It's
that.
heading like north-northwest.
Looks like a big mitt.
Okay, paying out.
Okay, that last sponge lived to feed another day, but this one might be a lesser fate. Let's see if everything stabilizes. I'm ahead of you, scanned with the sonar, all looks good ahead for you. See if we can't do it here. At some point this has to stop swinging, right? How many meters are we to the ship? What's our layback right now?
250. So we've already come in around 100 meters.
Copy.
And this density of organisms down here at over 3,600 meters, below 2 miles from the surface, where there's not a lot of nutrients. It's really remarkable. We have Asako Matsumoto from the University of Chiba commenting in the chat room about how incredible this diversity is to see here.
I think there might be a Demo sponge here at 9, 10-ish. See that yellow ball?
I'm going to go for that one there, I think.
Sure do.
This is a different hexagonella too, right above it, like circular,
Do you want me to
tubular.
move the mini?
Yes, please. And then, yeah, keep a really keen eye on your swing.
Will do.
Thanks.
Yeah, maybe.
You see it? Just bottom of that view right now, I think. Or not bottom, but like low center. There you go, yeah. Take a little zoom. Right there, perfect.
All right,
Okay,
so
you can zoom
try and start
D2,
collecting sample 3
HD2
again.
for me. Thank you. Okay. Attempt number 2 here.
Awesome. There goes the claw.
The claw.
I mean the arm.
Well, I mean, that's a claw.
It is a claw.
And then it looks like there's a dead one next to it. It's the same shape, but it's a brown color. So it's probably been dead there for a bit. It does look like a mitten though, doesn't it? Or like a scuba diving glove where their 3 fingers are together. And your pinky's out.
That's right. Can you count with those
If
3
anything,
finger
I
gloves?
think I'm
Yeah, to 3.
Sorry, Pilot.
No, you're good. What are you saying?
I think, if anything, I'm moving very slowly away from you.
That's odd. Okay.
I think you're holding pretty steady from what I've seen.
Okay, well, we'll pluck this and drop a target and then see what we need to do. Oh, this is like paper.
Yeah,
Oh,
really
it's
fine.
really
It's crispy.
soft. Cracked. Wow.
Wow. That is
It'll pop
delicate.
right off.
Okay. Be really gentle not to break this on the way back. Oh my goodness.
So delicate. Such delicate work.
All cameras full wide.
Thank you. Bring my mini Zeus down to the port rock box area. I'll go port side with this.
Copy. Coming
Port
now.
side, great.
Port rock box area. A little bit
you.
farther.
Yep. And I think if you bring the port rock box inboard before you extend the drawer, we can do this where I'm sitting, hopefully.
Copy. All right, I'm going to bring port wing inboard.
So again, these taxonomy, the glass sponges,
How's the tether look?
is
I
really
think
heavily
we're
tied to
moving
their
very slowly away.
morphology of
Okay.
their spicules, and their
Trending.
skeletons.
Go ahead, Bridge.
Okay.
And so
Farther
unless
and
you already
farther.
know what a
All
a
right.
species is,
Copy that.
it's
Ready to wing
difficult
inboard?
to identify from the pictures.
So I need to back up towards you?
you know, unless it's something that's already very well characterized.
yeah, I think so.
Because
Okay.
the
All right.
gross
Let's hang
morphology
tight then on that, and I'll
um,
move backwards.
re-evolves in different groups.
Momentarily, if you can hold. Thank you.
Drop a target real quick.
I did.
Okay. I'm just going to back up a smidge. Sirius is backed away, so we're just going to let D2 drift slowly backwards towards Sirius. Actually, the sample's still on the jaw.
Yes.
And very safe. So we're just gonna, Sirius went on a different little hiatus now and is backing away from me for some reason.
It's just gonna back away and then store
Understood.
it.
We're just gonna back up and try to keep up with that. I'm not sure we're not quite sure why Sirius is moving around the way it is, but we hope it stabilizes soon so we can continue with this dive in a more normal fashion.
Okay, I'm hauling in to
Okay,
keep a delta.
thank you.
Is that the... Oh no, just saw something falling. It must have been one of the dislodged
I might have
sponges.
might have dislodged one on my way out. My
Yeah.
mistake.
No worries.
All right, that looks a little more reasonable for us. So I'm going to go ahead and go auto depth and auto XY real quick. Get stabilized. This looks good, right? Bottom lock 2.8 meters off. Auto XY, let that do its job. Okay, we can deploy the drawer, please.
Drawer coming out.
Thank you. Sample is still very much intact.
Yep, looks good.
Fully
And
extended.
we are gonna go ahead and stow this. Let that warm air get out of there. Jeez.
Yeah, you can see
the
it,
ripples.
the rippling water coming out of the bucket. Temperature gradient.
We closed those at around 1,000 meters, so still a bit of water difference, temperature difference. 2,000 meters of water. Okay, that looks better. And stow it.
It's so stressful.
Yeah, that's right. Port, that's going to be outside.
Port outer, yep. Hopefully. As long as we have a successful collection here today.
Got him in?
Let's start to open the jaw. Settling in the box. Lifting out. Okay, jaw closed. Go ahead for the drawer.
Drawer coming in.
Great.
And
Yay.
success.
Thank
That's so
you.
great. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, the hose got hung up, so just extend that so that doesn't go anywhere, and then do what you got to do to
Copy.
fix the hose.
Great work,
I'll
pilot.
retract that pin.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
So,
I'm going to try and start moving a little bit shallower.
yeah, not a bad idea if we can move up a little bit.
Regis is already now.
Hey, who chimed in?
Now is a good time for that heading change to 280, I believe you said.
So just rest
Good copy,
right
thank you.
there. And just let it do a little notch to find its way.
Okay.
And come in a little tiny bit, just a smidge, and then see if it yeah, give that a second, see if it stabilizes.
So while we're sitting here, because everyone wants taxonomic notes, right? that glass sponge, which at least tentatively is ID'd
Arms
as
off.
Tretopleura, that's in a family,
Still pretty
Uncinetaridae,
extended.
Yeah.
and that whole family name is based on a
All right. Do
a
I need to
spicule shape, you know.
Give
so
it a little
it's
jostle, or is it
something
gonna
that
go?
we couldn't
That's what I
possibly
was trying
observe.
to do with the guard.
Here, let me
through
try.
the video.
Okay. You mind?
Something that can
No,
only
not
be
at all.
done back in the
In the
lab
lab,
to
yeah.
know.
It's a very unique shaped sponge. It's like, you know, lobate and taller than it is wide in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
Thin, and it was really crispy
Okay.
when we touched it. So it broke very easily.
Try it with
when
the
D2
arms, see if
reached
we can
out.
get those to go in where it belongs.
Snap those glass spicules.
Yeah, right. We'll give you a recap now since we're waiting for the ROV to feel comfortable.
I'm
ROV
hands off until
pilot,
you
this
ask
is
for
science.
something.
Okay. Arms live.
I don't know if he can hear me. He might have me turned off. Okay.
Go ahead, watch lead.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we can start moving up the wall, that would be awesome.
Yep.
But at your discretion, of
We
course.
will. We're just stowing from that last sample, and then we'll
Yeah.
reacquire and head up towards waypoint 2.
Okay, awesome. So just to give you a recap, we're about 274 miles from, I think, Jacksonville, Florida, roughly, along the Blake Plateau. The Blake Plateau is about 127,700 square kilometers, and it ranges in depth from about 450 meters to 1,200 meters, the deepest part being the southeast corner of the Blake Plateau.
Okay, if you could just close the door, very small amount.
The first survey of the Blake Plateau actually
coming in a
occurred
little
in
bit.
around
Or
1881
like, to
by
a
the
point where it
U.S.
looked like it was
Coast
getting stuck.
and Geodetic Survey
Right there,
steamer,
that's
the
yeah.
Blake,
Yeah.
which is the ship. It made about 13 soundings and sampling lines across it, so it's really minimal data, but that's
Go
where
ahead,
the
Bridge.
Blake Plateau was actually named after
Good copy. Thank you.
in 1881. For the most part, they really didn't know much about it until like the 1960s, when a few geologists, primarily George Stetson,
Okay,
which I
I'm
think
just gonna
Stetson,
try to go here and see.
is it Stetson Bank is named after?
Good,
And they actually mapped this Deepwater
okay,
area.
that met the gate.
And
so try
Stetson
that.
Bank
See
is
if
off
it'll slow
Georgia,
down, go
and it
slow,
is
maybe.
named
Coming back
after
slow.
George Stetson. And I believe he's a Woods Hole
Okay, hang there.
scientist. So,
Might
yeah,
do this so
we're
close.
way offshore.
Yeah, we're on the Blake Spur,
Yeah.
so a little spur
Okay.
that sticks out off of this Blake Plateau.
And the spur is, this like protrusion, if you will, on the
Okay.
edge of the
That
Blake
met the gate.
Plateau,
Go
which
ahead
drops
again.
out
Okay,
down
coming
into the Blake Basin. And we are currently
Yeah, that looks happier. Keep
3,650 meters underwater, which is roughly eight
There it
and a
goes.
half Empire State Buildings stacked end to end.
Okay.
Give you an
That's a
idea
little
how
weird.
deep underwater we are. 2.5 miles, you said?
That's fully retracted.
2.5,
Mile.
2.3 miles. Yeah.
And this ledge, from top to bottom, is taller than the Grand Canyon is deep.
Yes.
To give you an idea, if anyone's ever been to the, if you haven't been to the Grand Canyon, I highly recommend. It's beautiful. But
Arms off.
that's really remarkable.
Okay,
That
we can
this
move on
this
at last.
feature's bigger than
Yeah, this wall is, I think it's 1.3 miles tall, this wall.
just
Nice
the
job.
wall from
Yeah.
top to bottom,
Yeah.
from the plateau to the
Yeah,
base.
yeah, you can buy.
Crazy. So we're gonna see like I don't know a tiny little matchstick size of this this humongous
Auto
wall.
depth, auto XY out.
You
I'm
know
gonna go
that's
back
how
down
science
a little
is,
to
right?
clear
You
bottom.
just sample
Copy.
small
Come with me.
sections and kind of try to
Paying out.
expand
I feel like
your
you were stable
knowledge
for a while
of
there,
the,
so
of the
that's
biota
good.
in the
I
area.
agree.
I think we finally
And
found
collect some
Cirrus's
data.
resting
And
home.
then
We
use
can
that to kind of
start
make,
to dive officially.
hypotheses
Maybe.
about what lives here. And
Fingers
if
crossed.
likely this biota is here, it's also laterally in the same depth across most
What
of this
depth? What
feature.
heading around 245?
Yes.
We'll get centered up on that
Yep.
then.
More data
That's-
points are
what is
better,
it?
but,
Of course.
It was 240 was
Yeah.
there was only
He's got
one
waypoint
dive in the
activated.
area that
What's
went all the way
heading?
down to the base of this, and that was by the
227.
Alvin.
So let's do
And I do
227
not know
then.
what their data
Copy.
showed, so
Come forward a little
this
to
is,
me.
we are
We'll
flying
line up.
blind
Or
as
you can
far
do
as
like
I'm concerned.
225, whatever.
This is all
All right, I'm
exploration.
swinging to port to go
That's
to
okay.
225.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's what we're here for.
Exactly.
It looks like parts of this wall are almost 90 degrees. They're just straight up and down, according to our multi-beam. And it looks like the main species here is this white fan that
Awesome.
we just collected. It looks like a little mitten, a flat mitten.
Okay, watch leads. Cirrus seems to have stabilized. Been in that spot for a while, for a long time now. And we're going to do a quick pilot change, and they're going to give you the rest of the show. It should be great.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yep.
So we're going to have a pilot change here, and then we're going to start proceeding up the cliff wall.
And that last sample went into the port outer, correct?
Yes, port outer. At 1552
the lunch bell.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting. There are a lot of comments in the chat about the currents that must be experienced here. We know there are strong bottom currents that influence this region, but the delicate nature of these sponges would seem to suggest that the current doesn't get too strong in this area or would knock many of them down.
Hey, Pat.
I'll rotate up with me.
Sitting down with you. 52, rotating up. All right, that is 35 degrees. For reference, hydraulics are still on. You want me to secure those?
Yeah, go bring those down. You want to get swing arms out while you're there?
Yeah, I will put them back on. You want normal swing arm configuration?
I think so, yeah. We can, I got to be fine here. Looks like it is getting steeper up here, though. But, yeah, it should be fine.
Copy, advanced.
Taking a peek up the slope here.
Do uppers first.
So we're going to start to make our way up. We're at
Are all your lights on?
3,646 meters presently.
Yes, all lights on.
On a wall
Check,
of the Blake
check.
Spur.
How's that, Roland? Understood.
Check, check. Copilot. Check, check. Copilot.
Video, can you brighten up Sirius? Looks a little bit abnormal. Or is it just me?
Brighten up Sirius.
Yeah, Sirius view looks a little...
It's just nothing, no light in the around you.
Okay. Okay. Starboard rail cam looks really nice today.
This
It does.
wall seems to be
Off the
continuing to be
Tell Jeff did
dominated
a
by
good
this one glass sponge
uppers coming out,
that
just
we've
nice and
made a
slow.
collection of. Let's see a couple
Understood.
whips there.
Yeah, I'm still checking
Do
your.
we get a 15-meter move in?
Yeah,
I'm looking
235.
235 right now, yeah.
Let's do that.
Copy that. Sounds good.
So,
Video, you're coming on this whip real quick for ident.
excellent. Nice close-up view of this. For me, that's an octocoral, a bamboo coral.
Bridge ROV nav.
You can see the nodes.
All right, lowers coming out.
I'd like to request a move, range 15 meters, bearing 235, speed decimal
What side
2
is
knots.
You can see the nodes I'm referring to are the little dark portions along this stem.
I'm slowly backing away.
Good copy, thank you.
Could zoom out video, get a full specimen. So we called it in at 04. We'll see what the delay is at this depth.
Full wide.
Thanks, video.
But swing arms are deployed. Let me know if you want any adjustments.
What did Jeff say about the serial sonar?
It'd be great if we could get a zoom in
no
on
longer
maybe one of these
functions
smaller
as a
white sponges. There's one straight in the middle there now.
Yeah, video, you can come in here. Going for the kind of fanny one here. That one, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that we've collected. Maybe just above that, on the rock.
Oh, this one?
Yes, thanks.
Okay. Just gonna get my right toe down here.
Get some great footage. I really don't know what it is, but maybe someone will. Thank you.
Video's clear.
I think we can come back out and look for something new.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, there was another glass sponge. It was just to the left and behind that rock on the bottom. Had a completely different morphology. It's pretty dead center.
Come in.
And then now just a little bit up from there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, a little fluted guy.
Yep.
Maybe Pharea, I think. Great. Yeah, I think that's likely Pharea or maybe a Euretid. But thanks very much.
Come back out video and see if we see something else new.
So right now we're just trying to get nice zooms on some of the diversity of the larger organisms here. You can see from this view how densely,
Right.
how abundant this fan sponge, which seems to dominate this area, but then in and amongst them is a really high diversity of other sponges, sort of a spongepalooza thing going on here.
I wonder what this orange subject is over here.
Yeah, that would be great. Let's take a look. I think that might be a brittle star. Ah, I see what you're coming in on.
Yeah, some sort of staining maybe.
Yeah, that looks like rust.
Something
Look,
crumbled.
there's a bolt.
Oh yeah. Terrestrial.
Did we find a shipwreck?
So there was a little crab to the left if you would like to check that out.
Zoom out video, they're looking for the spot luster.
Just in that nook. Yep, you're pointing at it right now.
Come in video.
Thank you, Bridge.
Get the squat lobster here. Oh, he's got little sponges on his arms. Like little floaties.
Yeah. It's covered with armor, sponge armor.
Actually, I think that's an anemone on his back.
Yeah, they always have a partner.
I think that's a hermit crab.
Is that what it is?
Does it have a small shell on the back?
I'll get my left toe down
Looks
rolling.
like he's wearing an anemone.
Yeah, he's maybe has a pom-pom anemone.
I'll try to hold that. Oh. Try to get you a steady shot.
So he's a whole ecosystem in and of himself, you know, carrying sponges and anemones. And I would imagine if it does have a shell back there, that that has even more organisms living on it. So crabs that associate with anemones like this, it's been shown pretty clearly that the ones that have been studied closely, that both organisms benefit, that the anemones get food waste that that the crab when the crab's eating,
take it.
And then the anemones also serve as protection from from predators. Thanks for that zoom.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're looking at 20 meters. Can I zoom you out a little
Yeah,
bit?
do whatever you need to do.
Thanks.
Yeah, it looks like the contours in front of us are relatively the same slope. Or at least it's not getting steeper on high pack yet.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
I don't see any walls or anything up ahead, but definitely steep. Okay. All right. I don't think I'm moving yet. Be advised.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have quite a delay today because of the depth.
Yeah, Nav, what's the distance from Sirius in the back of the ship? Or layback?
It was about 250 meters a few minutes ago, but...
Understood. Just want to get an idea for what we're dealing with.
250 to 60 meters.
Understood. Thank you.
I don't guess we could drop something. That's just garbage, I think, crawling.
Yeah, Pat, I think I'm just starting to move now.
Okay.
So we could come in on those stars on that rock that are 10 o'clock.
Copy, 10 o'clock.
I don't think we haven't had a close-up of them yet.
You can come in.
These are brittle stars, ophiuroids, climbing up on the dead sponge and on the rocks there. It is a sponge paradise for sure. So it's been dominated by this one blade-like glass sponge, which we see there left and right. But then there are tens of other species in and amongst them. Most of them glass sponges, but also we've seen quite a few sponges that are from the demo sponge group. It seems to be, is that a white crab there?
Yeah, you can snap a video.
White Scott lobster?
Yeah.
All right, I guess that's I think so, a Galatheid. Looks a little, definitely not like the ones we are seeing up on top of the plateau.
You can zoom out a little bit, video. I'll get closer to it. Well, actually, did you need a closer look at that?
How about
Lobster, or do you want me to keep moving?
I think that's okay.
Okay.
Pink anemone,
Yeah.
lower right laser.
I looked at that one too, Roland. Stand by one.
That's not a collection possibility, is it?
The squat lobster?
Yeah.
Potentially.
If it could be sucked up, I think it would be a nice collection, but
looks like he's on the move. I can certainly try.
It's definitely seems like something new.
Okay.
It's on the move.
It is on the move. Thank you, pilots, for considering that request.
Yeah, we can try it for you here. We'll set up.
Port outer is the only collection right now.
Okay.
Understood.
And we have 2 Niskins.
Copy. Nav, could you put
We'll see, he's pretty mobile.
jar cam up on that monitor? I'm not sure what it's called.
I think we're gonna let this one
Be
go.
wise to our game here.
He's
Yeah.
he's crawling into a position that
Never mind.
I will not be able to get him.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah.
Thank you for considering it.
Yeah. If he was more stationary, he looks very scared of me.
Yeah.
As soon as I get the arm out there, I suspect he will crawl further under the rock. So I think we should spend our time.
Yeah, we can go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Is that more metal up above?
This is...
Could take a video if you want. The stained red.
Wood?
Oh, what is that?
Is that wood?
It looks like wood.
Huh.
Decaying wood.
Yeah.
Probably full of interesting worms digging it out.
Maxine?
We'll let it go, video. Thanks.
Oh.
Just gonna stay out in front of you, Sean.
Yeah, sounds good.
By most amount of time.
Yep.
Oh, looks like you're scanning. Yeah. Copy. Takes about 6 minutes for the ship to start moving. You okay with another move, or do you want to wait a minute?
No, I think we do another 15.
Okay. Let's do it.
Are you happy with 235?
Yeah. So what's the bearing to waypoint 2? Looks like we're facing right towards it.
It's 228.
Slowly working our way up this
235 is fine.
wall.
Okay. Yeah, 235.
Okay.
We'll get in position for some additional zooms to get a close-up look of what's growing
Bridge
in here
RV nav.
among this
I'd like to request a
fantastic
move.
spunscape.
Range 15 meters, bearing 235 degrees, speed 0.2 knots.
And we have our
Good
co-biology
copy,
lead
thank you.
Come in video.
dropping back in.
Hold that for a
So
second.
we made
See
about
what we see here.
100 meters headway
Nav,
in
could
the
you also
vertical
put
direction.
I can have
can't.
the video do it.
We were going to attempt a collection on a squat lobster, a white one, very interesting one, but he was wise to us and
He took off.
ran into the cracks and said, "No, thank you."
Yeah. So these white mitten sponges are really the most common
Yes.
thing still, yeah.
Yeah. You
Lots.
missed, This is a fantastic spunscape, don't you think?
Tighter on that, or?
Oh, nerd jokes.
Yes.
I was asking if Piter wanted tighter on that
No,
shot.
that's fine.
Looks like a piece of dead bamboo coral.
Oh, yeah.
Mine.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next opportunity to zoom in.
So these rocks are like jumbled, right? Like a jumbled pile of eroded, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
like-
Yeah.
10 to 20, 10 to 30 centimeters, and then some are up to like 2 or 3 meters wide.
It looks like some fractured cliff faces
Yeah.
coming down.
Ken Sulak in the chat is commenting how these rocks would likely create lots of eddies from the current and a little localized. It would sort of hold in the particulate matter.
It's fairly rugose. Lots of hidey holes, places for
Like the one that
animals.
squat lobster ran into.
There might be another squat lobster on that bottom right rock right there. See maybe some legs sticking out.
You can snap in here. See one here too.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Good one.
It's a little guy.
Yeah.
You can zoom back out video.
Yeah, might have something steep 20 meters out, dead ahead. Might be a feature there.
Yeah, an animurin of some sort.
Kind of see them blue there.
Flattened out a little bit here. It's a little less of a slope.
Right.
Still into the abyss in the
I think I can
sides.
see over
So
it, Sean.
just locally.
See how rectangular it is on my video? I think it's that rectangle
Looks
block.
like a huge rock in
Oh,
front
yeah.
of us, maybe 2 or
Okay.
3 meters wide.
Let's go look.
Can I see over it yet?
Not a
The ophiuroids, Chris Ma identified them as that we've been
I'm
seeing
just gonna come up. Just to
climbed
see.
up on top of these sponges, Ophioplinthacca. Oh my goodness. Good name. Ophioplinthacca.
Those are the pink ones we've been seeing that are
Yeah.
common. Okay. I'm going
Is
to be
it just
copying
towards
that out of
that
the
little
chat room.
motion
There's no
somewhere?
way
Is
I'm going
that
to spell
rock?
that right.
Yeah, understood.
I got it down for you.
Nav. Thank you, Bridge.
So I probably have another 10 meters coming towards you.
Okay. Once I get more tether, I'll kind of go towards it.
Yeah.
Pretty rectangular rocks. Some of these interesting shapes.
Looks like another solitary stalked Gorgonian center screen. I don't know if we've gotten a good zoom on that one.
Yeah, you can snap it from here. I'll be closer. I kind of ran out of tether at this point. I was checking out the big rock for safety reasons, but
Maybe a bamboo coral?
I'll be closer to this in a minute.
No, I don't think it's a bamboo coral. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, yes it is.
Yep, there's a black ring.
Yep.
You can come out video. We'll look at something closer while I wait.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. See if we see anything new right here while we wait for some more tether.
Yeah, it looks like a jumbled pile of rocks. That's what this wall's mostly made up of, at least in this area.
Yeah, slope failures coming down. Yeah. Some sediment mixed in there, which is to be expected.
Yeah.
Especially this deep.
And right, we were on top of this plateau, a little further north earlier, yesterday and the day before, and it was mostly sediment. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is just coming down. You know, being blown off the top of this plateau.
Yeah.
And along the wall. That looks like a Chrysogorgid, maybe?
Or Metallogorgia, maybe?
I don't know.
Only if Scott was
Partial.
here.
I know.
I'm moving closer.
Always one of my favorite corals.
Go to the left.
So stunning and beautiful.
Yeah, they're really
so
nice.
delicate.
It has a creature on it.
Yeah,
Fine
couple creatures
branches, really bushy.
That's good.
Some nice
video.
pink
We'll let it go.
polyps.
I really want to get that red thing.
Okay, stand by. 1 second here. Yeah, thanks. Okay. How am I looking, Copilot?
Good.
Awesome.
Okay.
Do a little bit of
Maybe
tether.
an amphipod there?
Okay.
On the left side?
Yeah, at 9 o'clock.
After this
I
one.
think I'm slowing my
He's got
approach.
his hot red
So
color
we'll
on
probably get a small move in.
his face. Or on
Looks like
his
there's a
forward
few of
leg.
them.
Look at that
One
feature.
down near
Okay.
6 o'clock. Maybe one white one at the top.
Yeah, it looks like 1 or 2 at 12 o'clock. Yeah.
So maybe 2 species of amphipod.
Is he trapped or is he just sitting there?
I think they're just hanging out. It's their little underwater tree.
Oh, there's a few of them. I see more of those little white ones. And those bright red ones look like there's at least 3 of those. Blowing in the breeze.
There's a shrimp in the center there, isn't there?
A shrimp, you think? These flattened out amphipods, that's what they look like.
Must be a lot of backscatter. I think that's why Sirius is looking a little fuzzy today.
Yeah, I can't.
A lot of turbidity in the water here.
With the Titan, I can't see the tether at all.
Really?
I think it's, yeah.
So Nolan,
Super turbid.
Baird, and Tina Molitsova are discussing this on the chat, and it sounds like it may be a baby Metallogorgia.
Oh, nice.
Which is
Get the whole pass.
quite beautiful.
Yeah, and you can really see the direction of the current right there from right to left, blowing those polyps. Now, is this something that's recognized? Is this?
Hey, Nav, could you
Yeah, they were
adjust
saying
the,
maybe Metallogorgia, but
high pack just a
hold on.
hair
Hi,
so you
video.
can
Come
see
out,
the
please.
ship a little
Right,
more.
yesterday we had the ones that were on the long stem,
come
and at
back
the
to
top was
starboard,
like a
Sean.
flower
Copy that.
where the polyps were growing.
That's great. Thank
And
you.
Scott had mentioned that when they're young, they actually grow branches all the way up their main stalk, and then when they get to a certain age, they drop those side branches and then just have that flower head at the top. So the thought process on the chat was that it was a baby Metallogorgia. So.
Interesting.
Camera down, that's 45 there. So
Also
it's
some
position.
chat comments about how
come up,
clear
Sean.
that current appears because of the way it's moving
Check
the
this rock
polyps
out here.
around
Yeah.
on the
You should have
coral,
enough
but then
tether to explore at this point.
these
Okay.
glass
I can see
sponges
over
are just
them
standing
about-
up to it,
I should be all
not
settled
flickering
out here.
around.
Right.
So they have
Position.
quite a lot of, even though it snapped easy when we
It's been about 6 minutes.
They have a good
since the ship
strength
stopped
against the current.
Look at this huge
Way to line
rock.
up with
My
that
goodness.
feature.
Maybe rigidity, that would be.
Yeah. Like the oak tree.
Rotating.
The good one will blow in the breeze or the current, right? So
Yeah.
it doesn't snap. They seem pretty strong.
You can rotate up with me.
Yeah, there we go. It's 35 degrees.
Pelagic critter. 12 o'clock.
Maybe another dead bamboo coral at 9. That's sparsely branched.
Just gonna check
And
this
then
out.
we have a few
Yeah,
more of
of
those the single stemmed ones. So we're coming up this humongous rock formation. It's very jagged.
Wow.
Yeah, I wonder if that fell from above. Slid
Coming up
down.
That's a
on
great
with
big
you.
giant chunk of limestone.
Wow, it's a big rock.
Yeah.
Anyone know how deep we were when we saw the bottom of it?
Oh.
How few many meters
My
tall it is?
altitude is 8 meters.
We're
8
seeing
meters
over
up,
it
so it's at
now.
least 8 meter
I'm
tall.
with you. Be fast.
Localized mound. It's very like eroded on the outside, right? So it's like this massive rock with like lots of rounded edges.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it in serious view really well.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that is nice.
Kind of see like
You can see the layering and the.
potential layering, yeah. I can try to back away here. My wide angle cameras, you can see it pretty good too.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, you can see that
So that's-
layering. Oh, that's neat.
I'll try to back up to give you kind of a more geological view here. Well, to be careful going up and over this.
Looks like the flat irons.
Look at that break in there. And then look, it's flat on this side.
Yeah. Looks like totally like a slope failure that just broke off and slid down.
Just came tumbling
Yep,
down.
turn sideways. Yeah, we don't want to be around
I was
when
gonna
that
say-
happens. Avalanche of rocks.
That's exactly how I feel when I'm ever at the base of a cliff. It's like, well, this fell some other time. Why not today?
Right. Jeez.
I know, it's a little fatalistic.
Yeah.
Just gonna ride the top of it towards the slope.
That's really neat.
Yeah, I think so. We're probably gonna move in.
We would like to collect that. Too big, huh? That'd be neat to get the aging on it, on
Yeah.
those layers, and
Yeah,
see what,
see that.
how high up it came from.
Mm.
Sounds good to me.
Reminds me of
You
a
got it.
ice cream cookie sandwich that I get at my local ice cream shop.
Right?
Bridge ROV nav.
This is a little harder, though. Probably not so good for your teeth.
Yeah, I gotta be
I'd like to
careful
request to
that
move,
nowadays.
range
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the
15
dentist real
meters, bearing 215 degrees, speed decimal 2 knots.
Yeah, it's like just a big slab fell off.
Look at how the corals on top are growing
Good copy.
sideways.
Thank you, Bridge.
Yeah, I think we saw a slab like that earlier, and I don't know, it feels to me that, you know, there was life on top that took the ride down.
Yeah, and I mean, how old is that, right?
Yeah.
It couldn't have been that much long ago, because maybe they'd start growing up.
But there are some growing on the edge, too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe they can only go one direction once they start growing.
Oh, right, like they don't bend.
Yeah, you
I
can see
don't-
the blue view now.
Not for me to say.
You can really see behind it the detail of that boulder.
Yeah. You see the shadow it casts?
Yeah. It's real nice. Yep, past this looks good. Okay.
Ah,
Next potential obstacles.
Carolyn
25 meters
Rupel in
out.
the chat is commenting that this is referred to as lateral migration of the escarpment. The escarpment migrates back towards the plateau as these chunks fall off.
see any feel any current down there?
The tether is kind of indicating. I don't feel that much.
Yeah.
The sticks, but just the tether.
I wonder if Sirius might feel more. That's just the heading's been.
There's another
fighting a little more today to
flytrap anemone at 9 o'clock.
Camera's at 3.5 for reference.
Video, we can snap the anemone.
There we go. Yep. Nice white hexactinellid sponge, looks like.
Come out video a little bit. Thanks.
And then we've got our flat mitten sponges we've been seeing everywhere.
Just gotta watch my tether on that rock. Just gonna stay way clear of it. Try to ladle the starboard a little bit here. See if I can take a peek under here. Big rocks tumbling down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's a rock migration.
Yeah.
And just a reminder, we're not at the bottom of this wall. We're sort of midway.
Middle of it, yeah.
So one can imagine that there must be a lot of this at the bottom as well.
What's the max depth here? 4,000? Over 4,000?
Of the area in general? Or,
No, yeah, the bottom of this wall, way down in the blue and the...
It's almost 5,000.
5,000?
Yeah.
It's
At the base as
approaching
well?
5,000, yeah.
I think, yeah, 4,700, 5,000, something like that.
I'm gonna move in a little bit further.
Yep. I am moving. Probably have another 5 meters.
2,100 meters high.
Okay.
That's
This plateau is?
the wall.
My goodness.
Yeah,
What do you say, 2.5 miles?
The skids
1.3.
1.3 miles.
at any time.
ROV now.
It'll be a heck of a hike, huh?
Yeah.
Gonna need more than burros to get there.
Reminds me of hiking from the sea up to on the big island of Hawaii, going straight up.
Can you hold on one?
It's a long walk.
They're looking to change the heading to 290 due to current on the surface.
Okay.
You guys comfortable with that? Right now, I mean, the ship stopped moving.
Opioids everywhere.
Yeah,
Sounds
I think
good.
so.
Yeah,
There seems to be like one for every
Bridge
sponge,
ROV
roughly.
nav. Yeah, it sounds
All over
like
the
it's a good
place.
time to do that heading change. Thank you.
Ophioplinthacca.
Yeah.
Is that rolling? You're talking about me?
Maybe a purple hull green,
Plinthaca.
or it could be a sponge
Ophioplinthaca.
I don't see it rolling.
above lasers.
There's a different yellow sponge here at noon. Right on that rock edge. It's like right above laser.
Video come in.
Sponge.
Right here?
Yeah, I think that's different.
Oh yeah, that
See?
really is.
Much thicker.
Oh, and there's another. Is this to the right to 9 o'clock as well?
Like port.
Yeah, the same kind of like
Oh, I like them.
hand shaped.
Yeah, your light looks fine.
Okay.
I think it's behind.
Oh, okay.
It looks like it's right above it, but
Yeah.
I think it's behind it.
Yeah,
I
depth
think.
perception's hard.
Oh, neat.
Oh wow.
Sorry, rolling it back in the way a little bit.
That definitely looks like a mitten sponge.
Yeah, very cartoon mitten.
Yeah.
Thanks, video.
Yeah, and there's another really well-formed one here. There are actually 3 or 4 of them on this rock.
Mm.
Just gotta take a peek at these rocks.
That's cool.
Zoom in there. It's interesting that we haven't seen any fish.
Yeah. Not one.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, and there's lots of habitat. There's lots
Okay.
of hidey holes and usually
Turn back
attracted
to the main
to
slope.
structures.
Copy that.
Guess is a lack of food. That's really my first guess on that. Hey, who chimed in? There's a cool this fan here. That's neat. We got a fan dead center screen. It looks similar to the flat mitten sponges we're looking at, but it's very large.
Nothing is defined as that one we just came across, though.
Also, we have Chris Ma is requesting a zoom on the opioids again when we have a chance.
Okay.
Check on the ID.
Copy that. Opioids. Sorry, Sean, what was that? Copilot, did you see that?
Yeah. Some items maybe 15, 20 meters away, but nothing is defined as the boulder we just came across.
Okay.
I also think Sirius is shifting this way.
To starboard.
With layback.
Okay.
Because that item we weren't aimed at, it's now over here. So be...
Okay. Yeah,
for your awareness.
Just been staying in your middle of your view.
I think I'm slowly
the
shifting
Kraken
relative
has
to
eaten all the fishes.
Starboard.
Okay. I'm going to come up a little bit. If you want to rotate up with me.
Yeah, of course.
I'm back on the main wall here off the rocks. Get back in the center of my Sirius view here.
So yeah, it was super steep wall. Probably 60-degree slope,
ROV
70-degree
nav.
slope in the area.
Yeah, right ahead, maybe?
Copy bridge, thank you.
It's very steep. It looks like we're getting our flat mitten sponges are actually getting smaller and less abundant right
Yeah,
here.
we definitely have a downturn in the abundance of them. At least for now.
Just going to see if I can see over this hard return.
Yeah.
I think it's just these little rocks right here, but...
I'll come up with you.
Okay.
The boulders are smaller too. We had that one big, humongous
They
wall
should be
boulder.
about done moving for awareness.
It's a really chunk of wall that looked like it slid down, and this is much. The rocks are smaller. There's more 10 centimeters to maybe 50 centimeters.
Yeah. I can see
jumbled, piled up.
Yeah, more rubbly, right?
I can see 25
Seems
meters.
like the sponges
Do
are
you agree?
smaller too.
I
Smaller.
concur.
The sponges are
Gonna
smaller.
do another 15-meter move.
Yeah.
And maybe less abundant. I don't know. I'd have to sit down and count them all.
Yeah, around
It's
220.
another bamboo coral right
Yeah.
there.
I'll stop here and get a zoom.
Yep.
Let me know if you're tripping a lot.
Distance. I
Understood.
like that big sponge on the upper left. Way off there.
Bridge ROV nav. I'd like to request a move, range 15 meters, bearing 220 degrees, speed 0.2 knots.
Video come in.
Another bamboo coral.
Good copy, thank you.
Now is that it looks to be the same, although that's short node right inner node right there.
Yeah, that is short there.
It's interesting how bare polyps this side of the bamboo coral is. You can see right out its skeleton.
Yep. It concentrates the polyps on one side.
Yeah.
Probably a feeding adaptation.
Yeah. It has those flexible little nodes in it, so it can wave in the currents.
Oh, full specimen video.
Yep, holding for full.
It's interesting.
Yes.
Look at how small the little space is from this node, but then
And
it's
it's big ones.
really a long one between the others.
Yeah.
You guys, there's an ophiuroid at noon and 11 and 10 if you want to zoom on one of those for Chris.
Oh,
There's also some at 3.
They're all over the place.
Yeah. When you're done with
Take
it,
your pick.
Get a full screen of this one, and then
there's
we'll,
plenty.
there's quite a few of them. Thanks, video.
And Ken Sulak is commenting that, the lack of soft substrate. Soft substrate's a good, there's a lot of critters in there that fish are eating. And so
to my starboard
that
side.
lack
Here comes video.
can contribute to the lack of
Like a fish.
fish.
There's very long spines along each arm. You can see a really distinct central disc. That's to the upper
Yeah.
left.
I think also Chris is hoping to get a view of the disc laid out.
Okay,
So
the top side of it?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll keep looking.
Yep. Thanks for the
Can't really get the
clear,
great
you
view
come
in
out.
that for IDing him.
Should have mentioned that when I asked, but
Copy. I'll look for one with the disc oriented in a favorable direction. All right.
Did you copy last?
I'm gonna come back starboard.
Yeah, just cheat
It's
this
a little
way.
flatter here.
Because I keep
Less of a slope
drifting
in
that
the
way.
immediate vicinity.
Lay back as we're doing.
Resting
And then
the
as soon
layback,
as we
yeah.
swing, you can see the wall drop
You
off.
cheat that way.
Yeah.
To the lower right.
Of
Just
upcoming objects. It's sonar's dead.
to the abyss.
Okay. There we go. Let's take a look at sonar here. How's that?
Yeah, something.
Wow, I wonder if the
Yeah,
current
looks good.
isn't
I'm
so
seeing past everything.
good here.
ahead.
yeah, it's much more barren.
Yeah.
Looks great. Yeah, if you could just stay on this half, that'd be awesome.
Stay ahead of you.
Yeah, just to my starboard.
Yeah, I just don't want
Because I
to.
keep catching up to you.
Okay.
Or I keep passing you.
Okay. I'll explore this little ridge right here.
What this little ball-like sponge, is that the hexactinella we've seen less abundant?
Don't know. We are too far away from me. But it looks like it's floating on top, like sitting on top of something.
Video, you can snap it.
That white one. Oh, Hylanema?
It could be Hylanema. Yeah, absolutely. It's another stalked glass sponge. Again, that stalked form is present in a lot of different families.
Oh, that's the only one I know. That's the why I yelled it out.
That's okay. I think there's more than one. There's one right behind it as well on a stalk.
Oh, yeah.
Or is that?
Nav.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bridge.
Huh.
Cool.
That one has like a additional little.
It does have a couple.
Double play there.
I wonder if that's just a different species growing on the stalk of the first one.
It's cool. See if there's anything right here. Right below us here.
Might be an ophiuroid laid out on the rock that's pretty close to center, yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it, center screen.
Oh
Video can come in. Actually, I can get
a
close.
good central disc view.
Ah, there you are, Chris.
Come in more if you got it.
Well, we have a little octocoral in the crack to the left as well. And that's nice. Look at that footage.
Yeah.
Seems to have a little damage on the tip of one of its
Video
one of
come
its
out.
6 arms.
I'm going to get you closer real quick. You like the one on the left better? How are we looking, Cooper?
Good.
Okay.
I don't
6
see
arms
anything ahead that you
indeed.
can't see over.
Okay. I'm going to sit down and get a good view of this buffer road real quick.
Yep.
I'm going to get you closer, watch lead.
Thanks.
You have some potential rocks
Definitely the
ahead, but
diversity picked up again real
nothing
fast,
too good
right?
that I see.
Okay.
Yeah, it must be some kind of localized eddies or something that provide the, like it's probably in like an area that's like behind the lee. So wait, leeward side of the
Okay, video,
rocks.
come in.
Right.
No, that would help you if you wanted it.
Lights coming on.
There's that same
3, 2,
yellow,
1.
similar yellow. Hello.
Too much. I think it'll down.
It just sort of
Mitten-y, yeah, cartoon mitten.
yellow tinged sponge.
Yeah. Oh, neat. There you go.
That guy's got 5 arms.
5 arms, yeah. Very floral central disc. Looks like a daisy almost.
You can see the dust. This camera's always so amazing. We've got some a varied opinions on that stock spudge. You know, Nolan Barrett thinks it could be Amphidiscella,
Next video.
which would be in a very different group than the Hyalinema. And again, so that was Ophioplinthacca.
This 5-armed one?
Yep. But the other one was weird, he says. The 6-armed guy.
You come wide really quick. He's going to turn the lights off if you're ready for that. Okay.
Lights coming off.
And
lights off.
so, I don't know. We will never know the identity of that stock sponge.
Well, there is one way.
I'll get another move in. Try
There is one way.
Does that move
Sir
complete?
collects a lot. Strikes again.
4 minutes
Sir
ago.
collects
It's
a
a
lot.
little bit of swing, but
Okay.
I think it looks good. We could do another 15.
Yeah.
220 again.
If worn
That's
within
me looking ahead. I think that works.
reason,
Good with that.
I'm going to wear it proudly. That amorphous sponge is
Bridge
also a
ROV
big
nav.
mystery. It would be.
I'd like to request a move, range 15 meters, bearing 220 degrees, speed 2 knots.
There's another Hyalinema. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the same one we looked
Is
at.
that the same one?
Same one.
Is it easy to collect, or is this a knot?
Good copy,
Yeah,
thank you.
You could collect this if you wanted it.
Oh, I wouldn't
Should probably
mind.
call
I think
easy
it would be
stop.
great.
Who want to collect?
Oh, okay.
Stand by one.
Yep.
Sorry.
You could let him move like 5 meters and then stop it.
Okay.
Just to give me some more tether.
Yeah. I still have a little swing
You
coming
wanna-
too, but yeah.
You want to stow the port lower for me?
Port lower.
Just bring that baby inboard.
Yeah. And then, Nav, could you just request them stop, complete
And
5
this is
meters
gonna
of
be
that move and then
sample
stop?
number 6.
Bridge ROV nav.
Is that right?
Could we
No.
I feel like on 4.
change that
yes,
move
okay,
to
good.
just 5 meters and then come to an easy stop?
And this would be an unusual morphotype, but we haven't
Thank
seen
you,
this
Bridge.
much yet. Kind of like those small guys.
Behind it.
Yeah.
There's also this yellow round ball sponge there. It looks like there's 2 above us.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want both in or just that one?
Just that one.
Copy?
All right. Coming in for a landing. You can pull minis this up.
I don't know how long this stock
When
is.
convenient.
Yeah, if we can get lasers
what
for a
with
second,
lasers?
that'd be good too.
Oh, pull it up. Understood.
There we go. So maybe 30 centimeters?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
40
pretty good.
centimeters?
Wait a second, Roland.
It's a partial right now.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it
just
looks
hold
like
that.
the bulb on top is about 10 centimeters, and then this stalk is maybe 30 or 40 centimeters tall. Maybe 40 or 50, actually.
There's a lot of happiness and cheering going on in the chat that this is going to be collected because it does have an unusual. People are commenting on the slender nature of the stock. Yes, and everyone is very confused. The sponge people online are very confused about that soft sponge we've seen several times. So if that's another potential.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, look, we have a strawberry coral.
Oh, nice.
ROV
8 o'clock
nav.
at the edge of the screen. You can see the
Thinking I'll grab
Thank you
it.
very much.
Slip it. Lift up and then stow it.
Yeah.
I'll get a crisp image of it first.
See if you can
And
get
that
good-
other
yeah,
stock
if you get
sponge
good auto,
behind it,
fine,
that's
yeah, for sure.
that's definitely
Video.
a different morphology.
Hold that. Watch lead. How much of the stock do you need?
I
a
believe,
couple inches?
yeah, just a few inches.
Few
It should be fine.
Okay.
So yeah, get right underneath it then.
Okay.
Maybe we could image
And
the
then-
base of the stock just so
Yep.
that that's.
Yeah.
Bio box is used.
Port outer is the only, I'm sorry, yeah, port outer is the only one.
Understood. Thank you.
like a little flower blowing in the current.
Okay, we'll go for the stock and then or the hold fast base. Hopefully it's in view.
There you go.
Hmm.
Not much to see.
No,
Yeah,
no,
not much to see
not
there.
too much to see, but anyway, it's nice to have.
It's almost like a
begin to-
brown layer at the base.
Mm-hmm.
Got hydraulics up.
Hydraulics are up.
Okay. Video come out.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. Try to snip it pretty close to the bulb, and then
Yeah.
we'll take off, and then I'll stow it. Okay.
You're probably going to need to use your cutters.
Yeah.
Hey, Stephanie.
Hey, John, what's up?
What are at the base of this
3, 2, 1.
hyalinema type sponge? You see these flat bladed brown things sticking up off the bottom. What the heck are those?
I think those are the dead flat white sponges. I just think they're dead. Right, so they're that yucky brown. The white
There's
sponges.
A whole bunch of them all over the rock.
Huh?
About 5. There's a whole bunch all over that rock, like little flat blades.
Yeah, video. You can zoom in on both cameras a little bit.
Dark brown.
I'm pretty sure they're dead versions of dead individuals of the white flat sponge that are next to it. Because they're the same shape, and they're pretty close to the same texture, except they have that, that dead sponge, funk on them.
It's pretty close to the center of the cutters, I think.
Actually, Chris Diaz thinks they might be a different Facalia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that they're, so I think she's agreeing with John there.
I think it's just missed it. Yep. Nice grab.
And Tina Molodotseva suggests that we may have seen some cladorhizids in there, in and among the stalks of the glass sponges.
Oh, nice. Cladorhizids, again, are carnivorous sponges.
Yes.
I'm going to go starboard inner. How do you think about that?
Starboard inner? Yeah. Let me get it ready. Sample box. Extending
They were
pin.
small and only visible when we were all zoomed in there.
All right.
Look at how delicately that's being held.
It's like this giant machine.
Well, it's a treasure. It really is a treasure.
You can draw out at will.
All right, extending.
Backing up.
Are you waiting until you're stable?
Yeah, just 1 second. See it coming up. Up to the box. Nice. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. Starboard inner. Start it out.
Extending.
Okay.
Fully extended.
Going to starboard inner. Nice.
Starboard inner, number 4.
Sinking.
Clear.
And I think we should go with Amphidiscella
Nice job.
on the name for this one.
Okay.
For now, pending
You're going to have to fix the hose. Be fast.
Nolan Barrett suggests.
I'll extend a little bit. I'm trying to grab it like that.
Okay, extend a little further.
Extend a little further.
Yeah. That's good.
Stopped.
Just gonna get my main camera on it real quick. We're gonna stow our hose real quick. Watch lead standby 1.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you for that collection as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks good.
I saw it.
Track.
I saw it.
Collection.
Nice
Absolutely. That's 4th collection.
ROV nav.
I believe that we must be getting about halfway through our transect, and we might want to consider
Water?
a water sample.
Wait one,
Sounds
please.
good to me.
We're about
the bridge would like to change heading to
3,622.
300.
That was a good time.
That was a good?
Yeah, let's get that.
We're making our way slowly
Bridge ROV
once
nav.
again.
All right, I shifted a little bit this way.
We can pull the trigger on that now. Sounds like a good time.
I get the.
Yeah. Copy. Thank you.
Watch, did I hear you wanted a water sample here or not?
Yeah, when you're ready.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
We'll get that ready now. Hydraulics are up.
Speed. Niskin bottle 3.
Resetting.
So it's going to be sample
Firing
5W.
Niskin 3.
That's what I have as well.
1. Niskin fired. Confirm close.
Got to keep these numbers straight.
I know.
1655. You got a waypoint now for that one?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get back, set it up with you, co-pilot.
Oh, look, we got some sand
Packs
ripples
off,
here.
Ramping down.
Yeah, that's right.
Narrow channel there.
That's good.
It's that guy. No. 9
Yeah.
o'clock. 9 o'clock.
Fish Gorgonian of some
Gorgonian?
kind. My guess from this distance is going to be bamboo coral, but get a little closer.
We're just going to grab this, Sean, and then I'll come back to starboard, okay?
Understood.
More stock sponge back there, maybe?
Video, you can snap this branching one, and then we'll keep going to starboard. Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, bamboo coral. Again with this little like cartoon mitten sponge, his yellow one.
Thanks, video.
That's right. That.
I'll keep moving, Sean.
Another Hylanema.
Good copy.
Just going to get her on.
Fish.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys snap the Niskin?
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Just a little. I was a little late capturing that, but it's all right.
There's another large fan right dead center screen.
Is that what we're doing?
Probably a bamboo.
I had good visual. You can see 345 in the aft
Very
camera.
planar.
So down to the heading change. You got to move in, I think. Sean, do you agree?
Yeah, we might want to rotate too.
To forward a little bit? Or?
I think
So we only have about an hour and a half left. I think it'd be
You can
priority
turn
to
to
move
port a
to
little bit.
shallower.
Yeah, if we can
They're
move
almost done with the heading change, yes.
All right. Let's just scan with my sonar here for safety here.
See if we have any more species.
It's good to meet you, Sean.
ROV nav.
Let's see.
Good copy. Thank you.
Okay. Now, what's the bearing to waypoint 2? Should I come down
It
here?
would be 215 approximately.
Okay.
Looks like most items are looking almost south. Do you want to do move south? Kind of right there, that rough area.
Right there for me.
Yeah.
And you can see the waves lying parallel,
They could not get it to
perpendicular
come
to the
back,
wall, so
So it's just permanently
the
turned off.
current is actually going across the face of this.
So yeah, that's kind of what
Someone
I see
just call in?
most.
Okay.
Steepest
Hey,
items.
Alan, Scott
Shall we
Francis,
call the
check your
largest
deck.
gradient of upward
Hi.
slope?
Welcome back.
Okay.
Do you want to move that way?
Yeah, you want to turn
Thanks, I'm almost
to 180
disappointed
and
to
then
hear it's
I'll
only an hour and a half. It
settle
means
with
we're
you.
not going to go
Yeah,
long enough to get into my
let's try
invertebrate
that.
zoology
Going to
lab this afternoon.
Yeah, unfortunately, the
still want to collect one.
I could probably play it back on you.
lower right.
On, excuse me. On,
I think what might have happened is we were moving towards waypoint 2, but Sirius keeps getting
Yeah.
pulled with that, so now we're kind of on the wrong side.
Yeah.
You want to do
Yeah, it's
15
been
meters?
Very high, a lot of
180.
sponges, high
This,
abundance
yeah,
of
but you can see
sponges.
past all those items.
Mainly
So I
the
think we
one
do 15
species,
that way.
but we've seen
at
a few
180.
other
That sounds great.
like round
Sound
ball
good.
ones and a Hylanema lake that
Looks like you're
lives on a
looking
stalk.
180, so I'll make
Also
sure
this
I'm in
like
your
almost
center
cream
view.
colored yellow
Yeah,
lobate cluster of lobes.
We ready to go?
I think so.
I
Thank you.
suggested
Yeah.
at the beginning of the dive that it be a
Bridge
sponge
ROV nav.
category of, I think I heard you say it's Stephanie. Heard you say it
I'd like to
earlier,
request to
Stephanie, that
move,
the wall, at
range
least where we are, the
15
wall is
meters, bearing
not
180
as,
degrees,
what I was
speed
expecting
0.2
when I referred to
knots.
those, sponges for relief.
Yeah, we're on like a shelf part, and it looked like a huge chunk of rock had fallen off, and I think it's just sticking out in this area. I think once we start making our way up the wall, it'll get steeper. But it's like a jumbled pile of rocks here.
Yeah, watch it. If you look at high pack, you can kind of see the contour lines. I'm kind of approaching kind of a flatter spot for a while, and then at waypoint 2, it'll get significantly steeper. Is what it looks like to me.
Yeah, we want to make our way up as I don't want to say quickly, but you know, as reasonably as fast as you can.
ROV nav.
Try and get as high as we can on
copy
before we have to get out.
Yeah, I remember when you said that before.
I know, it's such a crock. Like, I don't even know what to tell you. Like, who am I kidding?
Copy. Thank
There's
you.
like so
Will
much stuff
do.
to look at. Here's like one of those cool ball sponges with
Watch
a large
lead
oscillate.
ROV nav.
Geology. Would you like a geology sample?
I have asked but no one has made a request.
Watch lead ROV nav.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, they're going to be doing alarms for fire drill.
Fire drills?
In about 15 seconds. So
okay.
Be aware, we don't need to leave.
Yeah, we're going to have a fire drill.
Come in video.
Oh, sorry.
Come in video.
You're going to hear alarms.
Oh, that.
Very nice.
Hey, Pat, I forgot your lower is still import stowed. Do you want that back up?
Yeah. Okay, video. You come out. Oh, it's coming in.
All hands report to your fire emergency station. Stay clear of fire screen door. Smoke fire has been detected in the O1 spaces. This is a muster and equipment inspection drill only.
Certainly meant to.
Yeah, it looks like.
What we would do now is just come up to a safe position, get into tow, config, just come up.
Yes.
Start coming up.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
It's a nice gray sponge to the left and right of that white one as well. Sort of a charcoal-looking color.
Buoyant on my end. I'm going to come up a little bit just to make sure it doesn't get above me.
Okay.
It looks like we have a 3 stemmed gorgonian at 9.
Oh, yeah.
And then another one of those large cream-colored sponges with a large oscule.
Snap it video.
This might be Visalia. Did you see that? Yeah, there's a nice gorgonian. We got the yellow sponge with the low bait fingers.
Gonna hold that.
Stalked. Do we have an interest in that? Are we going to think about collecting that one?
Actually, yes.
Which one?
The sponge
small
in front.
Sponge on the left?
Yeah. Hey, Scott.
That's a Primnoid octocoral.
Primnoid, okay.
What about that strange?
What is this thing? Is that like a hydroid or something in front? What is this?
Well, let's see if we can get a little zoom in on that.
Down at that guy. Oh, how neat.
That's very small.
It's teeny tiny.
That's a teeny tiny subject.
Baby sponge?
Baby sponge, maybe. Look, it almost looks like it has eggs or something in it.
It does.
Sure.
I have no idea what. Oh, that's a cladorizid. Yes. I wonder if it. Don't know if they brood.
I don't know.
Are you moving this way, Sean?
Oh, that's a really nice cladorizid sponge.
Different one than I've seen. I've never seen that one.
Yeah, is that a form?
Tiny.
Tether's kind of just smacking my stomach.
I know.
Well, I've seen what I call like the flower or sunburst forms before, but I can't speak specifically.
Must be upwelling or something happening.
Yeah.
Just hoover up all the sponges on this.
Yeah, right.
So it's not on top or anything.
I think this might be Visalia or a relative of Visalia. See the two? There's two of these ball sponges that are really spiky.
Yeah, kind of weird.
One at 3 and one at 6.
Rosellids.
Rosellida, yeah.
I think as the move continues, will your tether get better?
I don't think so. It'll probably get worse. I can keep coming up.
I'll get that soft mitt.
Well, actually, did you say you wanted to sample one of these sponges?
Yeah, I think the one right between laser is perfect.
Yeah, come in video.
You can
let's
get
confirm.
that one.
Yeah, let's confirm
That's
this
the one we're looking at. Yeah.
I am continually moving this way. Remember that.
Okay.
Kind of can close that edge. Keep that in mind.
You're calling that hexactinella anything better than that?
Beyond that, no.
Okay.
Ready for
look at the base. Yeah. That's really interesting looking.
We have port outer and starboard inner occupied.
Okay, I probably do port inner.
Nav.
Okay, video's clear.
Copy bridge, thank you.
Lights are clear.
Good job, lights coming off. Yeah. I will give you RVHD2.
We have, let's see if we can get this done.
5-6. This is going to be sample 6.
6B.
This is very small. So it's less than 10 centimeters.
Well, actually, do you still want this one? Some of it might be left on the rock, and it might be a pretty small. If you still want it, I can get it. But
I think they're all about that size. So
yeah,
you can
get what you can, and it will be helpful with the video for the overall form.
Okay.
It's either going to be very soft or very crisp.
I think it looks soft, right?
It does.
It does look squishy, doesn't it?
Sometimes you just need to poke it to figure out. Yeah, he's pretty soft. Oops, and he's got some.
And I would get that in a good position.
Awesome.
And
definitely got some, though. That's great.
Okay. You can take your camera
Used
back.
a little
and I
bit
can
when
use
you
it to fly.
squeezed him.
Our camera's full wide.
Okay. Just going to move the vehicle to a safer position, and then I stow it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cluster of lobate fingers in a fan shape.
And unless we have any...
How's that, John?
Yeah, much better. Thank you.
Okay.
Refining on the...
Put your camera back. Then where would you like to go?
On the identification, I think we're going to have to stick with class.
Yeah, right. Here's looks like a different species down here at 4 o'clock. Maybe a Feria or something?
Yeah, you can take a tour.
Port inner.
Yeah, Farayed.
Fully extended.
Nice.
That's
Keep an
going
eye on
in.
my position.
Yeah, be careful with port outer. It was one of those fan-shaped ones. It might be a little floaty.
Okay. All right. I think I'm in the box here. Let's see if it comes off the tag on. Whoop.
And he's in the box.
Nice.
Right.
Really nicely done. Again.
Looks like it's sank to the bottom. It's weird.
Something's wrong with my jaw.
Close not working?
The Farayed, we've asked for zoom if we can get that.
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jaw's not closing for some reason. Okay.
Let's see.
Maybe it's wedged or something.
I'm not sure.
There's a lot of sponge happy people in the chat today.
Come up, yeah. And then
So the Cladoriza that we got really good footage of, that looks similar to a Bicicladia.
Bicicladia.
Yes, known from the abyssal depths off Bermuda.
Good job, Ryan.
The hose slipped out again.
Yep, understood. Do Do you want to just do a quick stow and let's reposition?
Oh,
You're
okay.
going off the edge of my screen.
Oh, copy that. All right. Looks like Sirius is drifting on us a little bit here, so we're gonna follow Sirius.
Great.
And if you can, before you run off, can we look at that sponge that's now at 8-ish? 7 o'clock?
I can take a quick look on my way by.
Zoom.
Yeah, you can snap it. Snap a video. Thanks.
Oh, neat.
Much appreciated.
Definitely hexactinellid.
Yeah,
Looks related to Faria, but
yeah,
not
I think
quite.
it's a Farreid.
Do you think so? Okay.
Yeah. Yes, thanks very much for that snap zoom on that sponge.
Thank you. That went on which one? Port. That was port inner, right? And that is number 6.
Yep. Just a time check. It's about 10 minutes after 1, and we are going to stay on the bottom until about 2:30. So we have an hour and 20 minutes or so left on this bottom time on this dive. On the wall of the Blake Spur, sticking off the Blake Plateau, down still below 2 miles below the surface of the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
Now,
We can make our way a little more shallower when they get balanced. I think they're claw, is your claw stuck open? Is that what you're struggling with? Okay. So that might be the end of our collecting. Well, maybe, oh no, because I'd still have to pick the hose up with the same claw. So if the jaws are stuck open, then that's something that's got to get fixed on the surface.
understood.
So we might be done collecting for the day, maybe. We'll see.
Other than the water samples.
Oh, yeah.
But yes. You missed.
That little hermit crab? Or
Yeah.
That's cool.
They might be out doing
So we can confirm that that's
what, the
that
claw?
the arm won't. Yeah, the claw will not close.
Sorry, co-pilot, were you trying to
Got
get a
it.
hold of me? Okay.
So it looks like we have an increase in those flat-bladed hexactinellid sponges again. They're really abundant in this spot. I would imagine it has to do with currents. The depth doesn't seem to matter too much as far as the abundance goes, just from visual observation.
Right, and the temperature has stayed pretty same at about 2.3 degrees Celsius.
Oh my goodness, it's cold.
Where's the damn? There it is. Sorry. 217.
Yep, no worries.
Yeah, we can probably get a move in southbound if you're ready for that.
So we might be done collecting
another
biosamples.
Looks like your heading's pretty far off. Is that from me pulling on you? Or is that a current offset? Yeah. Just want to make sure it's not the tether be pulling you. Alright. I'm going to go down just a little bit. You can come down with me. And then we can get a move in southbound.
I really,
you ready?
Really like that
Bridge
cauterized sponge.
Yeah, that was neat.
Carnivorous one. Abyssicladia.
I'd like to request a move, range 15 meters, bearing 180 degrees, speed 0.2 knots.
So there must be some animals around for that, other animals around for that carnivorous sponge to be eating. The way they feed is they have these,
thank you.
They use their spicules almost like Velcro, yeah, and they catch upon small crustacean larvae, that type of food, and then they migrate their cells over top of the prey items and digest them that way.
That's so weird.
It's a very slow way to go, I'll bet.
Yeah. They're so weird. So neat.
Yeah, you know, it's these animal phyla, they often have a, you know, what we call a body plan or some sort of like bow plan that they don't typically lose, but there are instances where that's the case. And for those cladorizid sponges, the fact that they lose the water vascular system of that's typical of sponges is kind of interesting.
Looks like this white sponge is different too. This little like a finger kind of branchy, and then there's this white ball,
spiky ball.
Yeah, large oscule. I'm not sure if you guys can see that ashore, but on the left side of it, you can actually see the oscule right where the detritus is at.
Mm-hmm. That looks like another rosellid, huh?
Yeah, it looks like the Vaselia or something.
Or ally, maybe though. Yeah, we have confirmation on likely Rosellidae.
Next video.
Alan, I think on that sponge there's an amphipod stick. That little, well, we moved out, but you can see a little filament waving back and forth, and there was an amphipod on the tip, and they usually construct these little filaments out of mud.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that is cool. The diversity within amphipods is
unbelievable.
It's
I
incredible.
can't even with that.
Like little insects of the marine realms. They just come in a lot of shapes and sizes and different niches.
That's what I was lecturing on in class today.
Oh, well.
I wanted to follow up on your carnivorous sponge comments there. I was reading something recently about how these sponges digest. As you noted, it's very unusual for a sponge, which usually uses the plumbing, the aquiferous system. And the fact that the cells migrate over and enclose whatever they've caught. But the question is, does the sponge then secrete some enzymes that begin to digest that prey? And apparently the studies that have been done suggest no, they don't. Instead, they rely on bacteria that are also in there. The bacteria break down the prey, and then they would just take up the digested bits the same another sponge would.
Yeah, it seems such such a strange reach, you know, like why make that modification evolutionarily?
Well, that makes sense because the other concept would be that they're basically forming a transient stomach and secreting enzyme, but that would be a big leap.
Right.
So what it's saying is no, they're not that. They're creating a transient space, but allowing the bacteria to break down, or just the aging of whatever they catch. They wait for a very long period of time. It breaks down, and then they just absorb the products.
Yeah, the sponges have a rich array of bacteria that they have inside their tissues, and they're actually inside their cells and stuff.
I'm very glad I don't have a transient stomach. That would be pretty horrifying.
Well, we rely on a lot of bacteria in our own biology as well, but
my stomach stays where it's supposed to stay.
Sponges are particularly good at that. Oh, what was back there on the back?
Looks like it's another species growing there. Ooh, pycnogonid maybe? Yep.
There it is. Yep, it is a nice
cream-colored pycnogonid.
Kind of right at the end of my
spider.
Hopefully. Sweet.
Okay. Oof. Sorry about that.
Bacteria are partners, and especially the partners of sponges.
Yeah. The end of my tether here.
Yeah, you can see the current movement from our thrusters as we reverse. These sponges are just crazy abundant right here, so it must have really good current flow. Just a great habitat for them. We collected one of these earlier, but they're really just
so abundant.
Yeah, they're really everywhere, and really every depth we've been at too. So there's only a few spots where there was no life at all, really barren area. For the most part, these are the most abundant species we have. It looks like. They were really crisp when we picked one up. It was broke right in half. And I don't see a lot laying flat, so I wonder if the current never really gets too strong in this area. Because I feel like if it was strong enough, it would just snap those all in half. And they'd be laying on the dirt. Sediment. Boulders are really large here, 5 meters long, maybe. Large, cobbled, like jumbled pile. And we have a very flat area along this wall.
Just waiting for some more tether. Watch the ship's underway.
Okay.
So it's just that delay because we're so deep.
Understood. Little delay while we gather.
They organize the ROVs to be together along with the ship. So they have to do ship moves, and then the ROVs kind of follow behind.
Yeah,
so every so often they have to adjust the lineup. Like this giant boulder here with these same white, flat, low bait fans. They're sponges, hexactinellids. Again, we're seeing a lot of these ophiuroids too, the same pink, similar pink, long, armed.
I'd like to request to move, range 15 meters, bearing 180 degrees, speed 0.2 knots.
So I'm rechecking on the class level identification of that common blade-like sponge. seem like Chris Diaz was
approximately 210, but
potentially referring to it as a species of Ficalia.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if she was talking about that one or the sort of tan.
It's 192.
Similar but smaller blades.
Look at some of those little corals on the left. I was asking Pilot if he wanted to look at those little corals on the left.
Look at that rock.
Straight center, Pilot?
Yeah, you come in.
Yeah, there's a lot going on this rock, huh?
These little guys?
Yeah, so this little like stem here looks like it used to be dead, or is dead, stem of a coral possibly with a ophiuroid on it. And then most of the other stuff is a sponge. Ooh, that's a clatterized, is it not?
The branch?
Yeah, the little branching thing. I think that is a clatterized sponge, but just a different form.
And there's some stuff on the upper left. Coral.
Really cool.
And we got these like flat, I don't know what these are, these flat sponges encrusting.
There's the flat ones.
Yeah, there's the flat ones. They have like a veining, lots of veining. There's an oscule in the center. And then these brown, I think these are just this dead hexenic actinellids. The brown version of them.
Yeah, I think they're the dead form of the white one that's so common.
Another Faria, folded hexactinellid sponge.
Yeah. What contour is this in front of me? What's the depth of that contour?
Still, as expected, not quite making our way up to the top.
Yes, it's hard to maneuver.
Well,
the straight wall.
Hard to maneuver, and
3640.
it's a lot every time we want to stop and take a look at something.
All right, and these ROVs are operating 2 miles away from the boat.
Exactly.
Seriously, not getting too much closer, are you? Seems like
The jumbled rocks are really common.
Is the ship still moving?
That's basically what this habitat is this jumbled piles of these giant rocks.
Just going to explore to starboard a little bit here.
We've spent most of the time on this kind of outcroppy, flatter area. I think once we hit waypoint 2, it should flatten out and become more steeper, yeah. But we haven't gotten there yet, so we're just waiting on the ship move and.
Yeah. Cancel. You want to do another one then? Okay.
One day in the future it would be interesting to come back here to look to see, is there a difference at the depth that we're looking at right now between the more direct flat wall and this little sort of alcove that we're in? Because this may be somewhat, it's either protected a little bit from the currents or it creates a little basin where you can have some swirling currents. And I just wonder if that might make a difference to whether we're seeing a whole bunch of sponges or the morphology of the sponges that we're seeing, where a lot of these delicate ones versus more robust sponges and corals on the vertical wall.
Right. So that requires additional exploration. But this creates the baseline.
Right, exactly. We keep getting these baselines, and we're all eager to come back and ask all kinds of questions that have been revealed from our little site.
That looks almost flat right here.
Yeah, if you look at high pack on the contours, you'll see that we're kind of on a relatively flat part of the dive track. Looks like you're starting to get a little closer, Sean. A little more tether.
Take a little.
Okay.
Take a zoom in there.
Yeah, video if you want to zoom in. Oh, it's one of those. Is that a pen sneaking behind there?
Yeah, I think that is maybe a pen on the backside of that rock.
Ooh. 166.
Copy that. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's a rock pen, but
we just had a jump.
Hopefully Scott will chime in if that's not the case.
Definitely a seed pen, Alan.
Is it down in the soft sediment?
I can't tell right now.
Sounds good.
In the sediment or it's on the rock.
Right.
All right, I think we could do another 15 meters. If Pilot, you're okay with that, I would just be ready in case the current does shift.
Okay.
We might have to move fast.
Okay.
Be advised.
And you want to go due south?
I think that's the best bet right now.
15, yeah.
Copy. Bridge ROV nav.
Okay, thanks, video. We'll keep going. Go.
I'd like to request to move. Range 15 meters, bearing 180 degrees, speed 0.2 knots.
It's a pretty deep one, I'll tell you that. Yeah, you know, I'm not 100%
Good copy,
convinced
thank
that
you.
was a rock pen.
Oh, okay. And is this another Metallogorgia here?
Come in, video.
Now this is a Chrysogorgia.
The Chrysogorgia. Oh, look at it.
Family. Yep, same family.
Yeah.
Chrysogorgiidae. They often have those sort of gold-tinted skeletons. This one's had a hard life. It's lost a lot of branches. Some of the tissue is scraped off down below, but you can kind of see that gold tint to it. And what has it got? I guess it's got a bunch of anemones there in it. There we go. Yeah, that's a nice view of the underlying gold skeleton. Then you can see the very thin layer of tissue. Chrysogorgias always have a very thin layer of tissue, and the polyps are like little snowflakes or drips of water on the branch. Very delicate. Yeah, I think I'm seeing a few anemones overgrowing in parts, an amphipod.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice little home.
Yeah, the Chrysogorgia are also very frequently home to shrimp and chirostylic crabs.
Okay.
Copy that.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? I'm sorry, Scott, I missed that.
Sorry, I was looking at the screen, so
Sure.
I'm looking down to the phone. I think the Chrysogorgia colonies are often home to shrimp and
I do not
chirostylic
believe
crabs.
there is.
Could you add an extra 5 minutes?
Sure.
Just note rinser removal, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
Might say those are ring anemones, but Daphne Fountain wouldn't like that. I don't want to dishonor her memory.
That is sad thought thinking of that. Daphne Fountain, who is a fantastic anemone specialist, passed away this past year.
I'm sorry to interrupt. We get a close-up on the white branching coral to the right. Excuse me, to the left, I'm sorry. That like 8 o'clock now, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, 1 second.
It's like slanted with several branches going up.
I think I know which one he's talking about. I think it's this one right here. Come in, video. Is this it? Watch lead?
Yes, this is it.
Okay, great. Come in further on the polyps.
Thank you. That's not at all what I thought it was. Okay, that's Primnoidae. Maybe a Calyptra
Got more.
You can actually nicely see the
Max copy.
scale-like sclerites on these polyps. And the number of those scales and the orientation of those scales help to put it into a genus. There's something weird going on the right side there. I see, looks like a hyperinflated polyp. Not sure what that is.
Oh yeah, maybe we're looking at the side of an anemone that's pulled in.
Maybe, yeah.
It's
okay. Move on as you're ready. Thank you.
Sure.
Thanks, video.
There's quite a nice anemone to the left, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, up.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, maybe take a little close up of that guy.
Understood.
All right, I think I'm starting to just slightly come towards you.
Okay. Come in on the anemone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll try to hold this shot for you, video.
It's got the large mouth sitting there waiting for food.
Copy bridge, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you look pretty clear ahead, pilot.
Okay. When you're clear, video, you can come out. And,
Another clay to rise at sponge just in front of it.
That's right. The same branching form we saw before.
okay, so ROV bearing to waypoint 2 is 220.
220, 221.
Okay.
Do we want to point that way, but still move south?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, you want to go to like 190 or
yeah,
you know,
shoot a little bit,
yeah,
just that way.
Just a little bit, just a couple degrees. Yeah.
There we go.
Thanks.
You ready to do it? Or you want to wait?
1 second.
I'd wait a little bit more
Okay.
for the next move.
How's my sonar look? Goodbye.
Looks like steep rough terrain, but I don't see any walls or anything that you can't see over currently.
Okay. Just coming up a little bit here. Just scanning with my sonar here, checking for obstacles. As we continue up.
Good. Don't want to run into any obstacles.
Yep. Yeah, looks like a nice kind of slope.
It flattens out here. You can see real increase in the amount of
some slope.
Sediment,
Can't
sand
quite
on
see
the
items 30 meters out, but
sand and silt on the
no
bottom.
hard returns. So I think your looks okay to me.
Okay. I'm gonna come down.
Yep.
Okay. No major obstacles. Looks like it lines up with the bathymetry. Come back down to the biology here. See if we see something new.
I don't know for certain, but I'm guessing that these unbranched whips that are fairly straight are in the genus Bathygorgia. They are bamboo corals. And
Thanks, Scott.
Bathygorgia?
I had to pause there while somebody was wheeling a cart outside my office. So most of the bamboo corals, when you hear their names, have an isis associated with them. So this is one of the few genera that does not. Babigorgia. That name, Babigorgia, refers to very deep Gorgonian, and for a long time it was the deepest known of the bamboo corals. But on these Okeanos Explorer expeditions, we found other deep ones at about 4,800 meters that are in the J clade. Haven't yet been described, so we don't know exactly what genus they are.
Oh, nice.
But that's my best guess for these. They often do have the
I
polyps
think we
oriented
could get
on just
another
one side
15
of that
in
stock.
if you're ready for it.
If you're done with hydraulics, do you want me to disable?
It looks like a fan coral.
We're going to leave it on.
Okay.
Here's
It's at 4 o'clock of laser,
and
so
then potentially test it
down
on the
into
way
the
out
right a little.
to see if we.
It's kind of
lose
a
it
weird
for reason.
angle.
Yeah, watch the.
Yeah, there you go, right there.
Brushy and bushy.
Center screen, yeah.
Center and bushy.
There you go,
Come
right
in.
there. Have we seen that one yet?
What is this?
What is going on here?
Oh, it's okay.
It looks like it's growing off of this one of the dead sponges. That's interesting. I have no idea. What do you think?
Wait a second. Those polyps look like hydroids.
Hydroid, yeah, maybe.
Absolutely.
The stylaster?
Go for the edge here.
I wouldn't expect the polyps to be so large. Oh wow!
I think I'm going to get a name for you. Just give me a couple minutes here.
You know this one, Scott? That'd be great.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't go so far as to say I know it. But I recognize something like it, and I'm going to see if I can find the name.
Yeah, this looks like a calcified hydrocoral, but not.
I completely agree. This is a hydrozoan.
Yeah, not. Oh my goodness, I love it. But not stylasterid. You can see how much larger these polyps are. They're really fat and chunky.
Is it a colonial hydroid? It looks like it's.
I think these are related to hydractinians.
So like it looks encrusted, right? So
Yes.
The bottom part is encrusted. Is this branching part of the hydroid, or is that something that was there before that it's then
video if you're ready?
That it's then infested on? Right. So
I think that it's made that branching skeleton, but I'm definitely not sure.
Okay. That's weird.
Oh, for my claw! Oh, not my claw. No, that's just really, really beautiful and something we haven't seen yet at all.
So I just typed in the chat hydrodendron. That's the name I was trying to remember. I don't know. I don't even think that's what this is, but that's the name that I had in the back of my head. I'll just look around a bit, poke around a bit on the benthic animal guide, see if there's anything.
Thanks. We'll be able to get at least a generic ID from that great footage. Oh, look, the whole thing is just really unusual looking. Oh, it's growing off of the rock, and you can see that it's making branches off the rock. Can we check it on the rock just to the left?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Let's get a full screen with a slight tilt down.
Yeah, it looks like almost like it's an encrusting, as it seems to encrust the flat parts, and then it grows these branches up.
Yeah.
It's like a slime trail on the rock.
That's what they're doing everywhere, all over. Only usually they're much smaller.
Now let's look at the upper left edge.
Thanks.
Come in here.
So it has this stolonal mat, and then it's growing up from that.
Really weird.
Really weird and really nice. Thanks for that. We can check for something new now.
Copy that.
Well, that was a real treat.
Okay, video. When you're clear, you can come out. Thanks.
Lights clear.
Lights going off. 3, 2, 1. Right, but cameras at 4.5. I think roughly settled out.
So we still have these piles of
You have some tether if you want it.
large boulders that look really rounded this area. They look sharper a few minutes ago. Well, here they look super rounded, like they wrote it down.
Some items ahead, but again, it looks like you're seeing past everything up to 40 meters.
Yeah, you want to do 20 meters or something?
I'd move ahead a little bit more, just because you do some tether.
Oh. Another drill going on.
As you move, I'll do one last look at the blue view. Can you just turn
Is that a
see
different
port
star
here?
here at center screen?
Oh.
Right there on top of that rock?
Yeah.
Maybe after this we'll move in. Sound good?
Yeah. I'll get you a closer look at this star just a second here. Video, you come in?
Oh, neat.
Wow.
So I've seen this genus before, and yet it is escaping me. Where are you, Chris?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh,
6,
that is
10.
nice.
Brisingid, thank you.
Brisingids.
Looks like a chitin maybe at 3 too, right behind it. That's different. Possibly
I
a
was going
worm.
to ask, what is that below there on the rock?
Yeah, it looks like it could have been a chitin, but it's so maybe
Oh,
it's
is
a
it?
worm.
Yeah, I think it might be a scale worm.
Maybe?
Oh, and there's more of that hydroid growing there.
Well, that's what your eye would go to.
A scale worm. Nolan is saying scale worm.
Yeah. Wow, it likes this depth.
Hey, this is Chris Ma.
Hey, Chris.
Hello. So I'm looking at your Brisingid. It's very delightful. This looks like Frayella, which is one of the more common Brisingids that we see at this depth. Frayella is named after Freya, the queen of the Norse gods. All of the Brisingids have, for whatever odd reason, well, there's a distinct reason. They're named for Norse gods. So because of the myth that Freya was, so the original Brisingid name is based on Brisingamen, which is like a necklace or a breast ornament, and Loki steals the breast ornament and throws it into the abyssal ocean. And so all of the names tend to come from different figures in Norse mythology. That's changing, but it all goes with the myth, the story of the original name. So Freya, Freyastera, etc., etc. The little worm that you saw is a scale worm. Yeah. They are actually associates of Brisingids. There's a couple of species accounts where, lots of asteroids have scale worms as associates of.
Hold that.
They live in the tubefoot grooves, and I've literally seen preserved specimens that have the scale worms still in the tubefoot grooves. They are very close. They have a very close relationship.
Oh, neat.
I don't know necessarily which one that is, considering all of the ones that I've heard of. It's probably new, but I've definitely seen in a lot of the pictures scale worms that live like just away from the animal, or possibly like on the underside where the tube feet, where the tube foot would be located. Probably just, I think the word was kleptoparasitism. They go in and look for food as the animal's feeding, because Brisingids hold up their arms in the water and capture small crustaceans with the spines, which have lots of little claw-like structures called pedicelaria, what I've referred to in the past as the Velcro of death. There's a whole thing going on there. It's always fascinating, and this is the first Brisingid we've seen on these cruises for this expedition. So I'm always happy to call in and go on and on about them. They're the first animals that I.
We're happy to have you. And I think we've got a little Medusa floating by.
Thanks, Chris.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, that's a comb jelly. Yep, absolutely.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah,
comb
nice
drill.
low bait comb.
There we go.
Probably Bathycyroe.
I also saw a candelabra-shaped fan around 3.
Copy. Candelabra.
Yep, to the, yep.
I'll work my way
Oh,
there.
I guess now it's center screen, yeah.
Yeah, Pod, I'm almost moving the other way now, sideways, laterally. Be fast.
Okay. After this, I'll work my way that way.
Yep.
Oh, Scott, I know you know what this is.
Video, you want to snap the candle, and I'll, after this, I'll keep
No,
moving.
this one's not a bamboo coral.
Oh,
I'm
really?
actively moving forward too,
Yes.
so if you want, I could rotate head to keep
It's going
you
to be
here.
Cliptophora, I think.
I can stay there. I don't
Cliptophora.
want to get too far off.
Understood.
I
Like to
believe
keep-
so. I
like to keep your head
I
in
will
the,
verify
direction
that
of
it is
movement.
that genus, and I will
Possible.
type it in the chat for you.
Thank you.
It's definitely
Understood.
family Primnoidae.
Primnoid, okay.
All right. Thanks, video. I gotta kind of get back.
Thanks,
under,
guys.
Under Sirius. Yeah.
And then because I'm going that way now,
Looks
I think
like a
our
lot
next
of
move
increase
could be a
in
little
sand. Here you can see the sand
more
waves.
direct as opposed to
So that means
taking into
that
account
the
lateral
current
motion.
is going
So we'll
across
probably do like whatever that direction is for the next move.
our view.
Or
based on
whatever
the
you think
sand
up
waves.
slope is.
Sled bearing
Location?
219. Yeah, you can turn to starboard a little bit with me. This one, good?
Yeah. You're looking 195 right now.
Okay.
Let's see. That actually looks pretty good for you.
Let's look at the slope there.
There might be a giant
Yeah,
fan in front of us.
I see that too. It's coaxing me in right now. It's either that or sediment on a rock.
Yeah, it's a super weird rock.
Yeah, I think there was like a single stalk right under a sediment patch. I think it got us.
Damn.
How's that? You want to get 15 meters, 200?
Yeah.
Tricky.
Okay, let's do that.
Sounds good.
Bridge ROV nav.
There is a different yellow sponge
I'd
here
like to
in
request a
center
move,
screen.
range 15 meters, bearing 200 degrees, speed 0.2 knots.
Hey, if you guys could mute your phones if you called in.
Good copy, thank you.
Got some feedback. Someone's microphone.
We're about to separate the line. Science is going to separate the phone call for the moment. It sounds like it's cleared up.
Video, yeah, thanks.
It looks like we have another yellow crinoid we had seen earlier at 3.
Copy. I like this view. All these little sponges sticking out. Come in.
I like this view as well.
It's like Dr. I don't know, something about it.
Good garden.
The shadow is.
Nice. So it's another Cumachile crinoid. Or sea lily.
Okay, you can come back out once we get an ID on it. Yep. Sorry, did we get a move in or not?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
we got it.
we're
All right.
underway.
Sorry, I was just.
Maybe about half an hour left on the bottom. I see another Chrysogorgid at, what, 3 o'clock? Maybe another Rosility at 6. But otherwise, most of these white
You can come in. On the
low bait
Chrysogorgia.
bands are pretty much everywhere. Yep, Chrysogorgid. That's amphipods.
Oh, nice.
And pink polyps. You can see the zigzag stalk inside. where all the branches come off of. That's pretty neat.
Video? See what else we see in this frame.
Now, something about that zigzagging pattern. One of the things about Chrysogorgia and the way that the genera are defined, and the species actually, is that there's a very regular geometric pattern to how the branches arise and how that stalk kind of zigzags its way up, such that if you held the colony on end and looked down on it, you could count the number of branches that occur in one rotation where a branch comes to overlie a branch below it. And so you determine, is it one rotation, two, or three rotations, how many branches are in that rotation, and then is it rotating to the right or left. So that tells you something about how regular the pattern of growth is in these different colonies.
Oh,
It's
cool.
really incredible.
Ooh, we have
Looks
over
like
here.
a huge bamboo coral ahead.
Wow.
It's like a meter tall at least. There's lots of hairy stuff on this rock here, on the edge of it.
Got fuzzy rocks.
Yeah, fuzzy rock. I can't really tell what it is from this far away, but it might be gorgonians or hydroids. Definitely those white sponges. Yep, it looks like a bamboo coral, planar, sparsely branched.
Brittle stars dotting here and there.
Of course.
So many of them today. Could you come in on this
Almost
coral?
assuredly, this bamboo coral will be in the J clade, which means it's in a clade, a genetic clade, a group of species that are all related to the genus
Try to find
Jasonisis.
some branching. Oh, there's one branch on the node. There's another branch on the node.
Formally described in
That's
that
a nodal.
clade, and therefore we give it the name J.
It's like a nodal branch to me.
J-clade bamboo coral.
A lot of the bamboo corals in this clade are characterized by having a kind of a milky appearance to the tissue, and that's because they have very small scale-like sclerites embedded in the tissue that reflects the light, and so they're not as transparent as some of the others.
Oh, neat.
Pilot's clear when you're clear.
Looks
video.
like they have nodal branching too, where the branches
Specimen.
arise from the nodes.
Sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't tell, Stephanie, if it was the node or just
a hair above it.
past the node. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is the node, but
Yeah, you can grab a
close.
node.
It's interesting there. Is that like a
Looks like node.
trifurcation at the base there?
Yeah, I was just about to. Can you guys look at the base for me when you get down there? It looks like there's 3 there, and that looks like 4. And they all look like they're on the node. At least 2 of them are on the node.
So that's interesting because it looks to me like it's not planar, which is also important to know. Is it planar or is it forming like a 3-dimensional bush? That would more like a 3-dimensional bush, and that's definitely nodal. That's what you would expect from Okeanella. This is not the genus Okeanella, though.
Oh, nice.
Good. That's a good observation. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Nav, when did that last move go in?
1752.
Understood. Thank you.
It appears that we've stopped, that the ship has stopped moving, but I can check. I'll get confirmation. Thank you, Bridge.
Good copy. I don't think I've felt anything from that last move yet. Pilot. Been about 6 minutes, be advised. So I should start feeling it now.
Okay. To be noted.
Unless layback is fighting us again.
It was 185 a few minutes ago. It's 180.
Another bamboo coral at 3 o'clock. And then one dead center screen that's a single stalk with an Ophio right on
Give
the
it
top.
one more minute.
I'm going to snap the center one video as we go by. And
Yep.
Hold that for a second.
Looks like the flesh on the top of that stem is all worn out.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Skeletal.
Yep, exposed
Yeah, so
skeleton.
that's interesting. We often see the reverse pattern where the tissue at the base of the colony is gone because a sea star typically has been feeding on it. But this is the reverse pattern, so it makes me think that it's the abrasion from the arms of that brittle star, perhaps.
That's caused that sloughing of the tissue.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hypothesis.
Next video.
That's neat.
There's certainly plenty of spines in the arm of those brittle stars.
Right.
Just gonna do some sonar explorations here one more time. Good. We need to be extra careful as we approach tighter contours.
Yeah.
We have 25 minutes left on the bottom.
Okay.
I don't think I'm really moving from that last move.
Throw another one in?
Yeah, I think we're good to do another 15 now.
210.
Hey, Nav, is this science?
210?
Yeah. 1 second, watch it. He's writing some. I'll move down, yeah.
Bridge ROV nav. I'd like to request a move, range 15 meters, bearing 210 degrees, speed 2 knots.
Oh, I see a star.
I see a star just moved by the lasers.
Yeah, right, just 3 o'clock of laser. Right there, center screen almost. No, it's a little, it's a little bit 4 or 5 o'clock of laser. And it's on the laser now.
Yeah. The, super small. Let's see what I can do for you.
It is teeny tiny, yeah. About the size of our laser dot.
Good eyes.
How's my tail look, Sean?
I think tail looks good, but you want some lights on?
Looks like a 6-arm. In this distance.
1 second.
Tail looks good.
Okay. Video come in partial as I set my right toe down. Hold that. It's very tiny.
Yeah, teeny tiny guy.
It's very young.
It's poofed up.
Do we see 2 stars interact?
6-arm star.
So little.
There's 2 stars.
Is it 2
Oh,
stars?
7 are.
Isn't this a star too? Underneath it?
But is there another arm just to the going off
Maybe
to the left?
Maybe a 7-arm, yeah. Looks like it.
Trying to hold this position. It's a tricky one for me.
But thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be two stars.
Tilt down.
Okay.
These are very tiny. It's the size of a laser dot on the.
Yeah, sir, but like half of a pinky nail. Tiny
Stick
bit
on
of
the
nothing.
extra lights.
Pilot ready for it?
Slight tilt
Yeah.
down.
Lights coming on, 3, 2, 1.
The reflective tape on the football is nice, isn't it?
You can see the tube feet coming out, the one on the bottom.
You can't see it.
Yeah,
Right at
out to the
center
left hand.
And it just, I can only see 2 of his arms. I think the rest are probably tucked under. Chris Ma.
Hey, this
Hi.
is Chris Ma. Hey. So what you have here is some kind of solastrid. You've got me juggling books here, so pardon me. So this is the members of this family are predatory. And yeah, so this is actually really exciting because you're seeing 2 species at war, so to speak. One is eating, one is trying to get away. Because that lower one is a terastrid. So the lower one is a slime star, or what I've been calling, so it's a terastrid. I'm not sure if it's producing any kind of defense at the moment. To be honest, this is the first time I've ever seen one star feeding on another of these 2 groups. And it had always been presumed in shallow water species that the defenses of slime stars were directed at predators, such as sea stars like this one. This is kind of double duty because I'm trying to.
ROV nav.
So the predatory one that has 7 arms, that one looks like it might be something called Crosaster, but this is really deep for Crosaster, so it's probably not. It's probably something else. And the other one is more like I said, like a terastrid. To be honest, I'm not sure which one it is right off the top of my head. I'll have to sort of study these images a little bit later to figure out which one is which.
Awesome.
All right, taking off.
Did I hear earlier that collections are sort of off the table for the rest of the dive because of technical issues?
Yeah.
Yes, you heard correctly.
Yes. Okay. Well, in any case, simply the observation of this is really a banner day for me because, as I like to make the point in other dives, sometimes just watching these ecological interactions is more important than having yet another new species because it tells you something about a lot of the biology that goes with these animals that we know only from specimens. And because a lot of the historical record for these specimens comes from trawls, and the trawls, of course, collect the specimens jumbled together like, parts of a blended smoothie. You can taste them, but you can't quite tell what they were doing beforehand. I've written whole papers about observations of these sea stars from prior Okeanos dives.
Oh, nice.
And this is probably yet another example of that. So, I will probably be downloading this video from the Okeanos server whenever it's available, because that was pretty exciting.
Great. Now we're going to zoom in on
and if we see it again, I'm sorry?
No, just commenting that we've got something exciting on Zoom right now.
Chris, before you run away, can you put those two names into the chat for me?
Sure, I will.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Is this a red hexactinellid?
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Are you at a loss for words?
Yeah, I mean, I do think this is a hexactinellid, but I don't think I've ever seen anything this...
Weird?
Yes, this weird, this color.
Beautiful specimen.
Very beautiful. So these are...
Hold that.
It's like hot pink. It's a bright pink color. Pinky purple.
I just keep trying to figure out if it's the source is somewhere else, but it really looks like the red is permeated all throughout the sponge skeleton.
Tubes on the right here, coming on those tubes, those holes. Yeah, right there.
That's nice.
Yeah, it has the same texture.
Oh yeah, it's not a hexactinellid.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I don't.
Still moving, John.
Poke it.
Yes.
Poke
Camera's
it.
only at 4.0.
See what it does.
See plenty of time.
That's so weird.
Okay. I'll put it 4.5.
I mean, from a distance, it looks like, like a red algae. There's
right
no
now.
way.
Yeah.
Living red algae down here. It's way too deep. But when you get close, it has that meshy.
Nolan Bear thinks it's a hexactinellid.
Yeah.
Just the colors are really throwing. Just never seen
taken off
anything pigmented other than yellow. It's just white or yellow. But Nolan is also leaning towards not hexactinellid after the close-up.
Was it 200?
You look clear 20 meters out.
Okay. You just pan.
No hard returns. But it kind of falls off after
What
20 meters.
See that?
Was that?
I don't know.
Overhead.
Yeah.
Very odd. Oh, let me.
Let's get a better view with.
Hey, Nav, this is science.
Nav.
How far away from waypoint 2 are we?
RV distance 91.
Do you think we'll make it before we have to come up?
No.
No. Okay. There looks like another crinoid at 3-ish, 4 o'clock. A yellow guy. More bamboo corals, maybe some Feria on this rock down here in the corner. And again, these white fan sponges are the most common.
So many of them.
They're everywhere.
Does someone have to count all of those later?
Oh, I don't know. Not me. I think I counted every coral on Pulley Ridge for 5 straight years. I am not counting these sponges.
Someone's going to watch this video later and be like, me, I'm the one counting.
Yeah.
We salute you.
I still don't quite see. Maybe 18 meters out.
Let me look to port here. Looks like it might be.
Looks like there must be some slope.
This is like a sand chute.
Okay.
like waves of sediment.
Can come up. I'll come up just to.
And then at the base of this,
I
like,
see it.
Yeah, 15 meters
I
out.
think if I
jumbled
come
pile
up,
of
I'll be able to.
rocks.
Like it's a kind of an outcrop, a local high.
Some outcrops, yeah.
Let me just make sure for safety here. Make sure this is a local high and nothing worrisome. Yeah.
He just disappears into the background. You lose the light.
The paint with the Mini Zeus. Still good Delta 10.
Yeah, I think it's a local high.
It's a big hill.
Yeah, right.
Though.
You agree?
Might be a drop off, yeah.
Yeah, so like it's like a ball.
So I'd say it just drops off
Yep,
after that?
drops off after that. And then if I turn to starboard, I'll hit the main slope again. It's right there. There's the main slope.
Yep, that looks about accurate. Yeah, there you can see 50 meters
So with
out.
that
No
red
issues.
pinkish sponge,
Looks good.
I think I got a little overly excited about it.
Oh, God.
Oh, he's full of them today. Doesn't stop.
You're going to make me snort into the microphone.
Apologies for
When did
that.
that last move
Don't
go
apologize to me. Apologize to the people listening.
When did it go in?
I was.
It ended at 1804. It started at 1800.
now? Okay. Do you want to do another 15 meters?
Yeah.
15, 210.
210?
Yeah. Yes, this sounds good.
210.
Come down a little bit.
Bridge ROV nav.
Did we get a name for that pink sponge?
I'd like to
or no?
request a move, range 15 meters, bearing 210 degrees, speed 0.2 knots.
Suggesting
Hertwiggia. Isn't Hertwiggia a hexactinellid?
It is a hexactinellid, and Chris
copy,
Bronco,
thank you.
our postdoc at NMNH, is saying we do have a red Hertwiggia in the
nice.
NMNH collection. So maybe it's not so. Maybe it really was a
Odd.
hexactinellid.
Yeah.
She did say that this one looks different, so I think she was just acknowledging that the color, but that's not necessarily the gear that we were looking at. So
I
sorry,
like this one.
misspoke about what she wrote.
You can frame this one up video.
Thanks, Scott.
Yeah, hold that.
Well, now that's the perfect.
Yeah. Type specimen.
This is the shot used for the textbook right here.
Yes, exactly.
Large.
This is the sponge you'll find if you come here.
Yep.
Beautiful
It is the type specimen that needs to go into the museum. That all other specimens of this species are compared to. It's perfect.
It is a good one.
Well, if it's undescribed, the one we collected is going to wind up being the.
Well, then we should collect this one. Make this one the type specimen.
Too late.
We're collecting video.
Yeah,
Imagery.
collecting video, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, having established a video as a type specimen,
That's neat.
it can definitely be done.
Yep.
Looks like I'm out of tether. You got a move going my way.
Yep.
Just took a while.
That's
being a little
really
buoyant, so
nice.
Kind of stay
Perfect.
maintaining Delta 15 right now.
Okay.
Nice little white guys.
So if I come down
Yeah,
anymore
living
right
on
now,
them
could
on
potentially
at
go on
9.
top of me.
Little commensal guy.
Yeah, could we check in? A
Yeah,
little
snap
zoom
in.
there?
Snap in. I think
Yeah.
they're looking for small white associate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amphipod.
I'm going to bump up your
Amphipod.
port.
Is that
right
similar
a
to
little
the one
bit?
we
Is
saw
that right?
earlier
Yeah,
that flapped its rear end?
Good stuff.
No, that was a big
Both of them if you want
isopod.
it.
Isopod, okay.
That isopod was crazy.
Yeah.
I kind of was hoping we would see it
Thank you,
a
video.
bunch of times.
No, I only saw the one, I think.
Just the
Let's
once.
put it there for now. It's pretty good, unless you want it in.
You could leave it there for now.
If you'd sink a little bit.
Noted. We're just waiting to get some more tether watch lead. The ship's on the way.
Okay.
So I'll just kind of peek around here while I wait. Looking at this big rock. See if we see something new. This is that local high kind of rock here. Little outcrop. Wow, this is quite the community.
Large boulders are still here.
ROV nav.
They're like nestled in between these. Well, in between these boulders is
Copy bridge. Thank you.
thick sand. It's got some sand waves.
What do we have to do to zero turns today?
Boulders are what, 1, 2, 3, 4
You go to starboard.
meters wide.
I go starboard, you go port.
Maybe meter, 2 meters tall. And
So
again,
looking
these
ahead,
white
you look
fan
good,
sponges
still
are
50
everywhere.
meters out.
Copy. 50 meters.
When's the
10 minutes.
11 minutes.
Oh, 11 minutes.
Sorry. 10 minutes.
Oh.
Do you want to do another quick 15 meters?
Sure.
Crazy.
Same bearing.
Sounds great.
Bridge ROV nav. I'd like to request to move. Range 15 meters, bearing 210 degrees, speed 2 knots.
Another bamboo coral here at 4-ish, 5-ish.
Good copy, thank you.
What was that? Watch lead? Sorry.
No, the bamboo coral we were talking about. I was talking about.
Okay. We're getting one more move in for you. Watch leads. We got about 9 minutes left on bottom, I believe. So we're trying to make it far up the hill as possible for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Great.
You come in partial video.
9 more minutes on the bottom here.
Hold that.
So it looks like nodal branching. It's fairly planar. A little pink
Lasers on.
hanger on at the top.
Lasers are on. We're coming on the end. Got good contrast out here.
Nice.
Yeah, look at
Red
that.
mouths.
There's a little
little
commensal guy,
snail
or
there,
something.
or maybe.
Assuming that's all the zoom you got, video.
Is max.
Max zoom.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not super close to him.
You can see the little pinnules
Kinda
on
out of
each of the arms. The end,
I'll try to hold this shot
tentacles.
for a second.
Video's clear.
Okay, you come out. See what if we see something else on these rocks here. Will we get some more tether? Quite a few brittle stars.
There's a lot of stuff on this little rock.
Wow.
It's just covered in stuff.
Yeah, it sort of looks like just a really weird coral reef.
Yeah.
You know, like a bommy in the. You're back in the little shallow bay, and only all the organisms are different.
Very Dr. Seuss-ish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just.
I like the Sirius view with the sediment, all the little rocks.
Afghan was good view too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's-
See the big rock behind me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're really rugose, but like eroded down. So like almost like they were at one point sharp, and they've just been beaten up from the waves or the wind. I mean, get the right word here.
Yeah.
The current going
the current
past.
past.
Yeah.
You can see all the sand channels between the rocks.
ROV nav. Thank you, bridge.
One of my formative experiences as a graduate student, we had gone out and we were studying fossil reefs. So
cool.
I had never gone to a living reef before. I was studying fossil reefs and getting these lectures on this is, where the little channels are. And then when I went and saw a real reef.
A living reef?
Yes, it was like, Well, click. Oh, now I get how this whole thing goes together. Yeah.
The spur and groove formations they make from the water movement.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
Interesting geology we have here. It's kind of broken away here. To my port.
Yeah, it just drops into nothing.
Mm-hmm. I'll keep looking.
Now that's a nice view.
Mm-hmm.
Direction of movement here.
Just the massive extent of this. I mean, we're just looking at one tiny piece of the wall of a feature that's hundreds of miles long, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure how long it is. Let's see.
Well, the outer edge of it should go from
like 2,100 meters is what we have written down, and that's for the vertical relief through the Blake Spur.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge feature.
Grand Canyon-esque.
Yeah, it's very Grand Canyon-y. On the scale of the Grand Canyon. It's bigger, though. Deeper than the Grand Canyon is. Yep, and we're about 8.5 Empire State Buildings stacked end to end underwater.
I like that. Coming back a little bit, Sean. I see that I'm pulling the tether.
I think it's hard for, like, especially when we talk in meters in the United States. Like, a lot of people have a hard time with meters because it's metric.
Just because
and we always think in feet and, yards and stuff. So yards about a meter, give you an idea. But when you say it in Empire State Buildings, it's like, okay, now I get what that is. It's 8 Empire State Buildings. That's a pretty deep dive. Yeah, we're about 274 miles from shore on the edge of the Blake Plateau. This actually drops out into the Blake Canyon. Is that right? The Blake Canyon?
No, I don't think so.
Am I making up words now?
We have the Blake Escarpment.
Blake Escarpment.
Yes.
Yeah. And it drops down to this lulled area at the base. There haven't been really many dives here. There was one here from Woods Hole. It's Alvin. And it was one that was at the base of this wall. And I'm not sure what year that was. So yeah, the Blake Plateau starts at about 450 meters deep, closer to shore, closer to the U.S. Shore, and then it goes about to 1,200 meters, so this like slow slope out to the east, and that ends at about 1,200 meters, and then out of nowhere it just drops straight down, and that's what we're looking at right now is that wall, that straight wall. We're of course in this local area, we actually have some flattened areas. So we're able to sit on top of these features, but this wall here is really steep. The top of the plateau, right where we are, is 3,156 meters, and then we got down to 3,740 meters along about halfway down the wall. Oh, we need to take a water sample before we leave.
Yes, we do. And that leaves us one additional water sample to take on the way up.
Okay.
Is now a good time to take the water sample?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay, my co-pilot will fire it. I'll let you know.
Valve packs on.
And this will be Niskin bottle 4.
Resetting Niskin now. Firing Niskin. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so this is NOAA Ocean Exploration,
close.
And I'm Stephanie Farrington. I work for Harbor Branch Oceanographic Institute in Fort Pierce.
Okay.
And I'm with my co-lead, Alan.
Alan Collins of NOAA Fisheries and the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History.
And today we dove the Blake Spur, about 275 miles from shore. And then I think tomorrow we're going to do the deeper dive. Go ahead if you need to talk to me.
Yeah, so we tried fire number 4. It didn't go.
Okay.
It shut.
Ryan.
Yep.
It just went?
As I say that, it goes.
Okay. We good? We had a successful one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
So that was our eDNA sample number, the 4th eDNA sample, which is actually our
7W.
7W, so 7th sample of the dive.
And unfortunately, we had to stop collecting specimens because our arm stopped functioning. The claw of the arm.
And the claw's jammed open.
We are starting to stow our swing arms, so this marks the end of the bottom of the dive here.
Okay.
So we're going to pack up and start coming up.
I'm going to zoom out into the
And
far
the plan is to
distance,
have
and I'll
our
try to lighten
post-dive
it.
call now. Is that what Matt was talking about?
Yes, at 2:30.
Yeah. Okay. So in
And
about
then,
5 or 6 minutes, we're going to have our post-dive call. So feel free to stay on or call in if you want to have a say in tomorrow's dive.
And which depth was the last Niskin bottle to be fired?
I would like to do it about the top of the plateau, which I believe was about 2,500 meters.
Copy that. We'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right, Sean.
Good. Yeah. So hang on. We'll for those of you guys at Shoreside who call into the line, we're going to have our post-dive call, our pre-dive call for tomorrow at 2:30 in about 5 minutes. So just hang out. Otherwise, it's going to be about a 2-hour ascent time to get off the bottom and recover the ROV.
Camera to 45.
Good. All right. Oh, sure. So,
punch in.
yeah, so this dive to me was dominated by this white, I believe, hexactinellid sponge. You said you had a name for it.
Chetopleura is at least a possible
Possibly
ID.
Chetopleura. We actually collected that.
You're all dead, right?
That when we went to collect it was really this brittle fan, and I'm surprised by that because that means that the current isn't that strong here. Because otherwise this would just collapse, I would think. But anyway, so we collected one of those, and we also saw the dominant fauna we saw were the ophiuroids or the brittle stars, and then a few other species of hexactinellids.
Yeah.
Feria, there was a pink one that we thought
5
was...
more meters, does that work?
Which one?
Not sure about the pink one, although it might have been Hertwiggia.
Hertwiggia, so another hexactinellid. What else did we see?
We saw
2 sea stars eating each other, or one sea star eating another sea star.
Yeah, that was exciting. We saw a great isopod associate on
auto depth
The Brazingid, right?
Yes.
The Brazingid sea star.
Yeah, to 20 as you back up.
And that had polynoid scale worm associates with it.
Camera 556.
We saw a calcified
I'm going to call this descent.
that was overgrowing rocks and other
I just wanted to
organisms.
confirm that
And at least 2 different species of carnivorous sponges. That was cool.
Right,
yeah.
So once I get underneath you can turn to starboard.
Abyssocladia, and then also a branching form.
We collected a Hylanema-esque stalked sponge.
Camera's 7.5.
And then we saw quite a lot of gorgonians of different types. Chrysogorgia.
Yep, and bamboo corals were pretty common. I think probably bamboo corals, the ophiuroid, and that white flat fan sponge are probably the 3 most common species we saw.
So see the
rock wall was actually not too stark or sharp where we were. It was more like jumbled pile of rocks. We didn't actually make it up to the wall side, so tomorrow we'll probably see more of a stark, straight-up wall. I don't think we're going to land on the bottom.
We're off bottom.
Copy that.
Yeah, we were. Our max depth was about 3,740 meters.
Yes, the
which is
vehicles are off the bottom.
8.5 Empire State Buildings stacked end to end.
Thank
or
you.
on top of each other. I would hate to be the engineer who has to design that. The shallowest point we got to was about 3,500 on the end of the dive. Before we had to pull off bottom.
3,600.
3,600.
Yeah. We didn't make a lot of vertical relief.
Yeah.
Auto heading and auto depth are still
so that was really neat. Really neat. And the only other, I mentioned that earlier, the only other dive around here was from the Alvin.
Pushing forward easy.
So this is totally exploratory.
It's really our first look at this Lake Spur wall.
Yeah, it was neat. That was cool.
Water looks pretty.
Thanks for joining us today. Tune in again tomorrow. Hopefully the weather, we don't expect the weather to be bad tomorrow, which is why we're planning our super duper deep dive. I think it's going to be the deepest dive of this cruise.
Get a little tighter.
But thanks for tuning in to Ocean Exploration, and we hope to hear from you tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. And for our scientists ashore, go ahead and hang on to the phone. We'll be with you shortly.
I'm going to start coming up.
Understood.
Punching out depth, floating up, slowly increasing upward thrust. I have forward way locked in. Tether looks good. Headings are locked.
Copy that. Delta 19 on winch slow. Only doing 10 coming up right now.
Okay, I have 60. How's the rinser look? It's good. Okay. Looks like Lars is looking at it.
At Delta 15, ramping up winch. Coming into view.